Next round is called Between the Lines. It features Hugh and Frankie. Would you make your way to the press pit? In this round, one of them takes on the role of a person in the news addressing the media while the other translates what they really mean. Frankie, you are Prince Charles making a New Year address to the nation. Hugh, you will tell us what he really means.
My loyal subjects.
My homies. My bitches.
I'm proud to say that Harry will be serving in Iraq. I'm sure that he will find a useful role to play.
3 miles behind the other troops, in a sealed titanium war bubble.
I do hope that he doesn't get shot.
How will I break the news to his father?
William, meanwhile, seems to have found a girl that he's in love with.
So now he can marry someone else and keep her as his bit on the side.
Tabloids are desperate to get hold of saucy pictures of Kate.
I've got some.
It was good to see Helen Mirren winning a Golden Globe. I thought she did a wonderful performance as my mother.
I've been having some very confusing dreams.
I took Camilla to India recently, and the locals who saw us were amazed.
He thought, blimey, Diana's let herself go a bit.
Surely it is now time that Diana was laid to rest.
After all, it's nearly 10 years since we had her killed.
My sons were both very upset at the time.
He kept on asking why I smelt of brake fluid.
Well done to Hugh and Frankie! Likely lines from a thriller.
Boss, I've got some news about the criminal who's been impersonating Sting. He's turned himself into the police.
We've got to get out before it goes off. Oh no, I've misread the sell-by date. We've got another week.
Yes, my name is Pussy Galore. Yeah, obviously it's a code name. My real name? Oh, it's Fanny Everywhere.
Everybody be cool, this is a robbery! You, in the Game of Thrones t-shirt, what did I just say about being cool?
Strapped to a railway line. Thank God it's southern. I've got 6 hours to escape.
Whoever you are, I will find you and I will kill you. Now, can you tell me your postcode so I can pop it in the sat-nav?
Mr. Brown, meet Mr. White. I really should learn these diplomats' names.
You can beat me as much as you like, but I can't tell you where he is. So it's all set up. No one knows where Wally is.
Go, leave me behind. I love you, that's why I'm saying this. Go ahead without me. You only get one chance to play the Crystal Maze.
Oh, I'm so angry about all these people observing Ramadan. Nigel Farage stars in The Fast and the Furious.
It's male, 30 to 35, Caucasian. No obvious sign of trauma. Oh, no, wait, the head should be attached to the body, shouldn't it?
Right, we was going down to see the match with some of the lads, and some blokes got killed, didn't he? Yeah, it was murder on the Leyton Orient Express.
Oh, my God. You're the Zodiac Killer. Before you do it, I'm in Libra. Just let me know what I've got coming up.
This elevator company is corrupt, and I think it goes all the way to the top.
You're going to kill me. But if you do, he will never find the sarin gas canister I have placed in the president's fridge. Shit.
You try to expose corruption in my elevator company, you're going down.
An unbelievable headline. Miliband fails to look normal while eating a bacon sandwich. That was the news in the event that day.
I like that they said his advisors stepped in. But I just imagine they stepped in and like, open wide, Ed!
I think this is good PR for him, because although they actually say that people who eat messily are very good lovers, and also they're covered in crumbs that you can use for snacks.
What's it matter if you can't eat a bacon sandwich? My dad's well good at eating sandwiches, but he'll be shit running the country.
He upset everyone, didn't he? Because he upset people by eating it badly and looking unpleasant, and he also upset the Jewish community, of which he is part, by eating a bacon sandwich. He's like, for his next PR thing, he's going to hold up... He might as well just hold up a picture of Margaret Thatcher and eat a packet of Frazzles on Ramadan.
What other gaffes is he purported to have made?
He was asked to estimate how much the average family spent on food shopping, and his answer was, that depends how much you're spending, which is right. That is the right answer. And then everyone went off on it, and then they said, oh, I want a number figure, and he said between £75 and £80, and they were like, oh, no, actually, you're out of touch, it's £100. Yeah, like, if he had said £150, we would be tearing a strip off him, like, oh, what are you eating, caviar?
It's like when you're guessing someone's age. You always go under what you think the actual answer is.
Always go lower. You don't go, what, say you're 50, 55? What? I'm still in the school uniform.
The reason it was so cheap is in fact what he does is he buys a lot of reduced price stuff that is way past its sell-by date in case his brother comes to visit.
My theory is that he probably doesn't do the shopping. He doesn't do the shopping, and even if he does go to the shop, he probably hasn't got any money because he's always brought the wrong trousers. I had to think about that joke for quite a long time before I launched it.
I don't want him to know how much groceries are. Like, I know that. I want him to know about things I don't understand, like the economy, healthcare and spelling.
Yeah. We spend too much in my house because my boyfriend's obsessed with nectar points. So he buys whatever gives you extra nectar points because he thinks if there's an apocalypse, the nectar points are going to outlast sterling as currency. He might be right.
You can't do that because technically you're an unsecured creditor of the supermarkets, because I got wiped out on my Nando's card. I built up 2 chickens and then they changed the point system. I was absolutely livid. And I hope you're watching, Nando's. I haven't been back since. I'm a man who takes chicken very seriously.
That is like, if that was a joke, you would have said more than 2 chickens. It was clearly so small an amount that came from the heart.
No. There is no humour there. That is just genuine anger. I'm not so bothered about social justice and the NHS, but if I'm owed a free chicken, I bloody well want a free chicken.
Invisible in this fucking jacket.
I think you...
Tonight on Russian cookery, cyanide, polonium and a crab stuffed with explosives.
Not going to be worth it now, is it?
And the first topic is that bullying? Who wants to come in on bullying? Ed.
I'll take bullying. Bullying, serious problem. Obviously, there's a lot of problems in the world, but it's OK, because wristbands are sorting them all out. Them ribbons were useless, but the wristband was on the case to save the day. But my favourite wristband is the anti-bullying wristband, because footballers like Wayne Rooney, people like that wearing it, that kids were getting beaten up at school for their anti-bullying wristbands. And That's just beautiful. I'm just so glad that never happened to me when I was at school, because I could imagine myself trying to reason with the bully as he beat me up for my anti-bullying wristbands. Like, no, but that's my... Oh, the irony. You're only fooling yourself. You may take my wristband, but your actions will never mirror the sentiments it represents.
The subject is health scares. Who's going to come in? Ed.
Well, of course, there's bird flu, which has killed about as many people as have died of vending machines falling on them. And we're very worried about that. Apparently, the reason we're supposed to be worried about it becoming an epidemic is because apparently this is the science behind it. Somebody could have regular flu, apparently, right? Somebody could have regular flu and then could catch bird flu as well. And then theoretically, hypothetically, scientifically, the two could mutate inside that person and create a super strain of bird flu that's airborne like regular flu, and then there could be an epidemic. It's possible. Why don't these scientists smoke a joint and lighten up? Is it not also possible that someone could have bird flu, eat a chicken wing, and then be given the power of flight? Is that not on the cards? I feel a bit sniffly. I went to KFC, had a chest X-ray. Next thing you know, the next stage in our evolution.
The subject is taxis. Who wants to come in that?
One thing I don't miss about London is London cabbies. I used to live in Muswell Hill, a leafy suburb of London, about 6 miles north of here. That's what I thought when I bought the house. I get into a black cab in London's fashionable West End. Turned out I lived in the arsehole of nowhere. Because I'll get into a black cab and I'll go, Muswell Hill, please, and I'll get this. I go, no, mate, I'm not going that way. Like he thinks it's a bus he's driving. What do you mean you're not going that way? I'm not asking for a lift. You know, like, whenever I get this now, I just get in anyway. I go, right, fair enough. Where do you want to go? Oh, spins them right out of that nose, doesn't it? You what? Come on, where do you want to go? I'm paying. No, mate, doesn't work like that. Yeah, that's what I thought. Muswell Hill, please.
The first topic is entertainment. Who wants to come in on that? Ed Byrne.
I was watching a DVD the other day, horror DVD, Hostel Part 2, not a very good film. Should have twigged by the fact that it was a sequel to Hostel Part 1, also not a very good film. Hostel Part 1 is about men being tortured to death in an underground bunker for the pleasure of others. Hostel Part 2, women being tortured to death for the pleasure of... Oh, they've really flipped it. Hostel Part 3, I imagine hermaphrodites up for the chop. Anyway... I'm about to watch this film, and before I watch it, I have to sit through the DVD piracy warning, which I think we can all agree is beginning to get on our collective tits. Oh, this music's so funky, it makes me want to obey the law. And it's the patronising nature of it. It's this thing of, you wouldn't steal a handbag, you wouldn't steal a car, so why would you steal a movie? I'm sitting there going... Don't tell me what I wouldn't do. You don't know me. I am drunk at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. In my pants. About to watch women be tortured to death in an underground bunker in Eastern Europe. You're telling me I wouldn't nick a poxy handbag? I think you don't know me very well at all, sir.
Subject is young people. Ed Byrne.
Young people, they're very scary, aren't they? I remember being scared of young people when I was young. But when I'm grown up, I'll be bigger than them and I won't be scared of them anymore. And then they armed themselves, which I felt really unfair. I'm not scared of, like, goths or emos, which is kind of a shame, because goths make more of an effort to look scary. It's almost a shame they're not scary. They make more of an effort, and they give that look. Like that, does my vampiric countenance not chill you to your bones? You're like, no. I could send one hoodie in there, it'd be like a dog worrying sheep. Don't annoy me. Getting stepped to by an emo. You're an emo, for God's sake. I think between the two of us, we both know who you're most likely to harm.
The subject is celebrity. Who wants to come in on that?
I'll take that. Ed. Yes. No, I'll take celebrity because, you know, I suppose, kind of, I'm a celebrity, you know, I've got that sort of, I'm on telly, occasionally. I'm on it right now. So that's fair enough, you know. But I'm not like famous. I've got that sort of halfway house. I'm not like household name, but I'm not nobody. I'm sort of like that bloke. What's his name? You know, like people will say, oh, so Ed Byrne on telly, and the other person will go, who?
Oh, you know, the Irish guy, comedian. What, the big guy with the bald head? No, not that bloke! And it's weird when you got that sort of in-between thing, because, you know, I'll tell you what I get a lot, particularly in England, is I get people coming up to me to tell me that they don't know who I am. Seriously. Which to me seems a bizarre thing to cross a room to tell somebody, but you would be alarmed how often someone will come up to me in a pub or a club and go, apparently you're on the television? I've never heard of you. Really? My family used to own a dog called Layla. What? Sorry, I thought we were playing swap information neither of us gives a shit about. No? Whereas in Ireland, I'm a bit more well-known. So in Ireland, I get abuse.
Kids, who wants to come in on that?
Ah, sweet.
Ebra.
Sorted. Know about this now. Ah, yes, kids. I became a dad 9 months ago. And I haven't let it change my life completely in that... Well, the one thing I'm worried about is I don't want to be one of those people who prefaces a statement with the phrase, speaking as a parent. Speaking as a parent. Gather round, everyone. He's speaking as a parent now. Quick, come in. No, bring in the people from the other room. He's speaking as a parent. No, he was only speaking as an arsehole before. Now he's speaking as a parent. Yes, oh, sage one, speak. Tell us your wisdom. Impart your knowledge. Speaking as a parent. Doesn't that make you want to stab them as a maniac? Because the thing is, you read the books. There's loads of books you can buy on being a parent. That's why, there's millions of books, in fact. That's why I get really annoyed when people use that excuse for their bad parenting. They always come, oh, well, you know, kids, they don't come with an instruction manual, do they? No. You have to buy one. They're like £7. But with the books, the one thing the books warned me about, it hasn't turned out to be a problem. Books warn me that, that sometimes the man can become jealous of the affection the woman gives the child. I've not had... The only issue I've had in that direction is that when I burp, I get frowned at, and when he does it, he gets a round of applause. That's not fair. Why is his wind so much more important and exciting than mine? My wife has spent anything up to an hour trying to get wind out of him. Will she pull my finger? No, she will not.
The first subject is parenting.
I'll take this. We have 2 children in our house. 2 boys. One is 4 months old and the other is 21 months old. Yeah. We didn't want there to be too big a gap, so my wife had them both by cesarean. To be honest with you, the 4-month-old, he's already more of a man than I've ever been, because he's already mastered the art of the casual vomit, something I could never do. When I'm sick, it's a biblical event, it's coming out my nose, I'm pulling muscles in my back, but he's so cool with it. He'll puke, and then he'll look at you like you just did it. You know, what's this? That was you? Don't think so, doesn't sound like it. But it's amazing the pressure that can build up inside a small child. It's got the puke flies out, and the piss flies out, and the shit. Honestly, if I was to feed him creosote instead of milk, I could do me fence with him. The thing we've been careful about, though, is even though I have 2 boys, I didn't name either of them after me, because I didn't want to have that big Ed, little Ed thing. Because when you call him one of your sons Little Ed, it just sounds too much like you're talking about your cock. Oh, Little Ed's been misbehaving. It just seems a bit... Honey, will you just hold Little Ed? Just hold Little Ed for just a minute. Hold Little Ed, or oh, Little Ed's been sick on you. It's just not...
Thank you very much, Frank. Okay, the next topic is unlikely things to hear in a maternity ward.
Mr. Parsons, your baby looks exactly like you. But mind you, so does every other baby.
There are complications, I'm afraid, for a start. I'm not a doctor.
I definitely can see the head. You should do your flies up, Doctor.
Bad news, I'm afraid. He's ginger. Your Highness.
So, would you like to hold the little fella? Or shall I give you the baby?
Mrs. Jones, I'm going to need you to push. And then when we've got the ambulance started, we'll try and get you to hospital.
Oh, God, is that my baby? I've given birth to Andy Parsons.
I'd stay up that end and talk to your wife if I were you, Mr. Smith. It looks like Alien versus Predator down here.
And this is the ward for unwanted twins. We call it the Jed ward.
Basically, you just turn them over and slap them on the arse. These nurses' parties are great.
Nice to see you again, Mrs. Jolie. If you'd like to just move along to the next window to collect your order.
Oh, this isn't your first baby, is it?
You have a bouncing baby boy. I know that because I dropped him in the delivery room.
OK, big breath in, hold it, and pass the joint to the midwife.
If you're not in when we deliver your baby, is it OK if we leave it with a neighbour?
The boys got a great Joe and Andy! This is where we test our performers' stand-up skills. We spin our news generator. It settles on a topic and anyone can volunteer jokes about the chosen subject. The winners are the people I judge to produce the funniest stuff. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. First subject is sleep. Ebra.
Does anyone here sleep with someone who snores? Yes. Well, I envy you, because I lie awake next to someone who snores. My wife snores terribly, and part of what keeps me awake is lying there going, how do you sleep through this? I can't sleep through it, I'm only next to it. The noise is inside your head. And how come you can sleep through that? But the sound of me making a sandwich in our kitchen, that wakes you up. There is no way me making a sandwich makes more noise than you're making right now. She snores so... She said the cutest thing to me one time, though. She says, do I not sound like a kitten purring? Bless. No. You sound like a cat drowning in porridge. If I had a kitten made that noise, I'd put it down. Apparently she had her nose broken a couple of times when she was a kid. Didn't teach her, she's still bleeding snores.
Thank you very much, Ed. OK, let's spin the wheel again. Subject is health. Andy Parsons.
With flu jabs now, what they do, don't they, is they put a little bit of flu into you to help you combat the flu. I was thinking by that argument, surely you should be able to have the odd cake to help you fight obesity. Because let's face it, you can do too much exercise, can't you? You know, did you see Madonna's arms? They didn't look right, did they? It's like half human, half Terminator. Of course, that's the problem when you're always picking up small African children going, no, no, no.
Thank you very much, Andy. OK, that leaves it with Russell and Jack. Let's spin the wheel. The next subject is television. Who wants to come into that? Jack.
I get very frustrated with pretty much everything on television. I find adverts at the moment particularly annoying, like the banking adverts, because they're trying to portray bankers as being nice people. Like, they've got this one at the moment for, like, a mobile bank that travels around the country, and you walk in and there's your friendly local bank manager acting like a hairdresser, like, nattering away. You know, you walk up to the till, it's like, oh, how was your holiday? I went camping. Oh, why did you go camping? Because you lost all of my money! decided the only option I've got is just to not watch TV at all, because everything annoys me. And I've got quite a lot of people that pressure me into doing that as well. Like my dad, he's quite old-fashioned. He's always saying, you don't need to watch television. You should do other things, better things, more edifying things. Don't watch TV, Jack. You should read. Read the great novels. They're entertaining, they're educational. Even read the Bible. The Bible is engrossing. It's enthralling. The stories of Jesus, they're encapsulating, they're invigorating. I'm like, no, Dad. If I wanted to be entertained by 12 people sat round a table trying to impress some bearded Jewish know-it-all that thinks he's some kind of deity, I will watch The Apprentice.
Thank you very much, Jack Whitehall. OK, Russell, let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. That's fitness.
Could have been camel toes. Now, I was in the gym the other day. I was in a locker room, and a 5-year-old boy ran in and jumped into a locker. Now, sometimes you know you're just going to have an incident, right? You could hear him in there giggling, and you knew what he was going to do. He was going to jump out and scare his mates, because his mates appeared seconds later, like, where's Stephen gone? Where's Stephen? He was there a minute ago. This is most irregular. And he waited, not for his mates, but for 3 huge naked men. It was fantastic. They were kind of walking past, and this little kid leapt at those men like a cat with rabies. It was incredible, right? Just from nowhere, the noise they made, I've never heard a noise like it. They sounded like a tugboat getting molested. It was like, His long-suffering dad is in the showers, obviously heard this and went, that'll be my bloody boy! Ran back, confronted this glowing hellbeast and went, Stephen, what have I told you about acting up in public? And this little kid cut his dad down with one very simple sentence. Dad, your willy's moving? You're just there going, oh, the world is a better place.
Thank you very much, Russell. At the end of that round, the points go to Ed and Jack. And the topic is history.
Some things in history are good, some things are bad, some things are good, and then they get bad, like my great-great-great-uncle was bored in the trenches during the war, so he invented the high-vis jacket. That was the last thing he did. People don't really understand evolution, do they? I was talking to an Australian the other day, and he thought that he came from Darwin. Recently, I wrote a book called All the Things I've Ever Done in My Entire Life, and I don't want to spoil it, but in the end, I write a book. So, what's got 2 eyes and smokes? Pompeii. Too soon? My grandfather, he can't do what he used to, you know, bomb the Japanese. And it turns out you can't actually keep an artefact that you find with a metal detector if it's already in the British Museum.
Thank you very much. After that round, the points go to Deborah. The next round is called Picture of the Week. I show the panel a topic image and ask them to tell me what's happening. So, what's going on here?
Is this a picture of what Donald Trump refers to as patient zero?
Worst Stevie Wonder tribute ever.
Peter Stringfellow emerges from another cracking night at Angels.
Hands up if you made a bracelet out of some spare handbag chain.
By the reflection in her glasses, she appears to be looking at a tornado of some sort as well.
She's trying to prove she's not an ageing candidate, but she's left her napkin tucked in from dinner.
That soup gets everywhere, doesn't it?
Because people have been saying she's using a body double, haven't they? And I think, well, it's nice to see Judy Finnegan back in work.
I think the answer you're after...
Yes, Hugh, what is that?
That is Hillary Clinton.
Thank you very much, Hugh.
Yes.
She's mocking Donald Trump with her normal-sized fingers.
Yes.
Look at these.
Yes, this is a picture of US Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton in New York, where she was taken ill this week after being diagnosed with pneumonia. Is this like a huge bump in the road for her?
Well, yes, because people say, oh, no, she's got a cough. Let's elect a racist instead.
Because he's done many things, but he hasn't coughed recently.
Yeah. It's this idea. Even if she's dying, even if she's dead, we're better off electing her. I have pulled stuff out of my shower drain that would be a better president than Donald Trump and would look better on his stupid head.
I think it's very shrewd of her to get a disease that Trump supporters definitely can't spell.
He's furiously looking to N in the medical dictionary. Maybe there's a K in front of it.
Trump's got to be careful, like, you know, just keep going on about her health all the time. Look at him, right? If a heart attack was a person, it would look like Donald Trump.
But that's the problem, because you've got older candidates. I think she's 68, he's 70. Not like in England, obviously. Cameron can get in. He can rip the country in half for the sake of a power play, and boom, he's back on the after-dinner circuit before he hits 50. Nice.
What are the claims that have been made about Hillary's health?
That they're using a body double.
Yes, exactly. She's using a body. She's 2 weeks,
that it's not actually Hillary. And I think, well, you know, it wouldn't be the first time that she's got someone else to do the difficult jobs for her, would it? Monica Lewinsky. Yeah.
Thank you for the clarity, Bron.
Thank you. So I'll just spell that out.
Yes, various claims, you know, because God love us. It turns out the internet is full of people who have these theories. She's had several strokes, apparently, and suffered some seizures, that she wears adult diapers. The National Enquirer claims she'd be dead in 6 months last September. A Republican congressman said she had special needs and was mentally impaired. Forensic pathologists suggested she is being poisoned and that she has multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, HIV, vascular dementia and lupus. These are all claims made about
all
her.
that taken into account, she's looking fucking amazing.
She is.
Donald Trump looks like he's using a body double, and it's inside of him trying to get out.
OK, now we play a game called What on Earth? I show the panel a topical image from somewhere in the world and ask them to tell me what's happening. So, teams, what on earth is this?
This is actually what goes on inside crackers.
Is this a photo of the sperm in Santa's testicles?
Maybe it's a picture of us in 30 years' time.
Oh, God, but still in show business. This is a convention of professional Father Christmases in America held recently. The Amalgamated Order of Real Bearded Santas have fallen out with members of other groups, such as the Red Suit Society, over accusations of unethical behaviour and unfair booking fees.
You've got to think about the commitment that it takes. Look at those men. This is not a 1 month a year thing. This is 12 months a year. They look like arseholes. They don't always dress like that, but they do always have that beard.
What would you do if someone turned up in your house, right, in your bedroom, dressed as Santa Claus?
At this age?
Yeah. Would you take the risk that maybe this is Santa? Or would you beat him to death? Perhaps killing Santa? Personally, I would hedge my bets and make love to him.
Well, while you're doing that, be sure to give the beard a good yank. So at least you'll know if he's in the proper amalgamated order.
Surely you could question him. Surely there's something between killing him and making love to him. Surely there's some other path you can take.
I think I've bisected it directly.
What an amazing Crime Watch reconstruction that would be as well. Just a blacked-out Santa. I was only trying to give him presents.
By the way, there is genuinely... I mean, they've fallen out. There's a unionised group of Santas who've fallen out with another unionised, and they're taking court cases against each other. There's threats against each other.
Well, of course they're fighting, because there can only be one real Santa. Naturally, they're not going to get along.
What is particularly good is that one union of Santa Claus doesn't believe in the existence of the other union of Santa Claus.
if you let him go? What if you let him go? You accepted his story that he was Santa Claus.
Are we still in your room? Surely the next step for that Santa is going to be him at the next house weeping on the floor. What happened, Santa?
No, there is. It's just the hideous commercialisation of it all.
I was in my local Tesco's. It was September, and they were selling Christmas stuff. September, they were selling Christmas cake, Christmas pudding, and mince pies. And I swear this is true. Mince pies with a best before date of November the 12th. Now, explain that one. Oh, we can have a mince pie any day of the year. You only have them at Christmas, and you don't even like them then. In the same shop, do you know what was really sad? They were selling single slices of Christmas cake. Well done on awing. That is the most depressing. Not even 2 slices, maybe for a couple, couldn't be arsed making a cake. No, 1 slice for you and your no pals. That is miserable. See, image of some guy going, I'll have that after me Bernard Matthews turkey drummer. Standing on one end of a Christmas cracker.
What if he's wearing the Santa jerkin, but he's got no trousers on and a balaclava? What then?
He's a half-naked burglar with a red jacket on. This is changing all the time.
Maybe that's how Santa got killed in the first place. Maybe one night he went...
Santa get killed?
Where is that? That's at the beginning of the show. I'm Frankie Boyle, and this is a very different Mock the Week.
That's exactly how I was hoping this would pan out.
It's obesity and diet. Hugh, would you like to go first?
Now, we've got a major problem with obesity. In a recent questionnaire, 11% of the population were overweight, 25% of the population were obese, and 33% of the population ate the bloody survey. But eating bad food goes right back to the Bible, doesn't it? That's why we stand no chance. In the Bible, you see, land of milk and honey, what's that? That should have been the land of low-fat yoghurt and a nice green salad. And as for the loaves and the fishes, what was he cooking? Cod in breadcrumbs. What chance do we have?
Very good, Hugh. But on the topic of obesity and diet, to possibly win the round, Joe Brand. Any jokes on this?
I might just move the microphone stand because you won't be able to see me otherwise. See, the thing is, I think fat people are an easy target, literally, obviously. And actually, you know, you might think I eat a lot, but I don't really. And what actually happened with me was I went on the pill when I was 16 and put on 4 stone, so that proved to be a very effective contraceptive, obviously.
I think Joe has to be the winner there. Well done, Joe. Come on back over. All the points go to Joe, Rory and David.
The jam thing irritates me, because the jam thing is that we've been told there's an opportunity for Britons to sell jam to Europe.
Yes.
That's a big opportunity, right? And all the Twitter comments were trying to sell jam to the French, all the French provide all of that. They do, but we make really good jam. We make really, really good jam. And I hate this thing.
Doing down the country.
Yeah. No, whereby everything that comes from France is more sophisticated. Their jam just comes from a big jam factory near Marseille. I mean, when I was a kid, we all thought ski yoghurt was incredibly sophisticated. It was made in Swansea.
When you started that, I thought, where's he going with this? And it's just like, oh, he just loves jam.
French jam is really complicated. I mean, it's not good because you go to Waitrose.
Jesus Christ.
You just want a jar of raspberry jam. Can you find it? You can find framboise. What the fuck is that?
It's food.
Oh, OK. Oh, very similar topics. I once went to a buffet in Reading, and that's not even the joke. It was organised by a woman called Wendy, and it was so beige. It was so bland. It was like a buffet representation of Reading. I looked across this buffet, right? They put out sausage rolls, right? Sausage rolls, right? Where they just whipped off the cellophane and put the corrugated plastic straight down on the table. Like we were dogs! Then we had Scotch eggs, right? Scotch eggs cut into quarters. Apparently no one can eat a whole one. Then we had breadsticks displayed in a pint glass. I thought I was at a fucking UKIP rally. Then she starts putting down cold pizza slices next to wontons. No one's mixed Italian and Chinese cuisine like that since Marco Polo. Then she brought out the quadrant of dips. You know, the 4 dips. The 4 dips of the apocalypse. The white one. The other white one. Then there's a green one. What's that? Guacamole. Then there's a pink one. What's that made of? Sillet bang? I was just glad to have something made of some sort of colour. Anyway, it was a terrible buffet, but thank you very much, Wendy.
Who made a typically colourful speech at the conference?
Can I just ask one question?
Oh, my God.
Is it how
Why
they get the little
isn't
safety thing to go down?
Why isn't there orange jam?
Marmalade is...
No, that's not jam. That's got bits in.
Yeah, I'm happy to move on as well. And I'll give you a clue. The answer is Boris Johnson. Who?
It was Boris Johnson.
Shut up, I have to ask the question first. Let's stick to the conventions of normal language. Who made a typically colourful speech at the conference?
Was it Hugh about jam?
OK. The topic is drinking.
Now, according to police, right, apparently in nightclubs, 1 in 20 drinks are spiked. Now, I was thinking this could give you a little excuse not to go into work the next day. Phone up work, I can't come in, my drink was spiked. How do you know? Well, I had 20 of them. One of them must have been. Of course, if you go and see your doctor now, they give you a little test, don't they? My doctor, he said to me the other day, he said, how many units of alcohol have you had this week? I said, 21. He said, that's not bad. The maximum's 28. I was thinking it was bloody lucky I saw him on the Monday.
OK, let's see what we've got left for Frankie. Let's spin the wheel again. And it's drinking.
As a teetotal alcoholic, that should be quite good. I drink energy drinks now. It's good that they've finally managed to can anxiety. It's good that there's a drink that gives me the resting heart rate of a serial killer who's just spotted that there's a sale on at B&Q. I hate this thing where Guinness always go, oh, we're the national drink of Ireland. Yeah, you're the national drink of a nation of alcoholics. That's like saying that you're Gary Glitter's favourite search engine. I'm teetotal, right? A concept which Scottish people don't understand. So I did a gig in Fife, and I was on stage, and this guy was going up to the bar, and he went, hey, I'll get you a drink as well. And I went, well, I used to be an alcoholic, so I don't drink anymore, but thanks anyway. And he looked at me for a bit, and then he went, a pint of lager shandy?
Frankie Boyle. And the topic is food. Oh, here you go.
Now, this is one of my favourite topics because I actually hate restaurants. And my wife loves restaurants. She's middle class. She's been skiing and everything. And she loves a restaurant. She says, can we go to a restaurant at the weekend? And I say, yes, we can. And we're barely there 2 minutes, and she's like, isn't it a lovely ambiance? And I say to her, I don't know what you're talking about. I've worked out what an ambiance is. It's a night out without poor people, isn't it, basically? It's people with a few quid to say, can we just have one night out about the poor people turning up? You know what they're like, they'll be banging spoons together, singing My Man's a Dustman, creating an atmosphere. We want an ambiance. So we're trying to enjoy the ambiance. But something's happened spoiling it for me. There's no tomato sauce on the table. Creating the situation when my wife looked at me, she said, you're going to ask for tomato sauce, aren't you? I said, yes, I am. Because I'm going to have the risotto. You can't eat risotto without red sauce, it's too dry. It's a health and safety issue. You've got to zhuzh it up with a bit of red sauce, right? So I thought, I'm not having it. I said to the waitress, excuse me, do you have any ketchup in the building? She's looked at me like I'm the worst pleb God has ever put breath in. She went off to the kitchen and I saw her making her way back with a pot about that big, about 2 chipfuls of tomato sauce. I thought, oh, here we go. She's tried to put it down and walk away like she's doing a drug deal or something. And I stopped her. I said, hold on, love, don't rush off. And I took a sip of it. And I looked at her, I said, yes, I'll have a bottle, please.
Things you wouldn't hear on a TV cookery show.
Hi, I'm Nigella Lawson, and before I bake any cake, I like to chop my flour into lines.
You can see that's rising nicely. It does that every time I think about how much money Channel 4 are going to pay me.
Hello and welcome to Can't Cook, Won't Cook. Today we won't be making anything. Goodbye.
Coming up next on Saturday Kitchen, whatever we want, because we know you're too hungover to change the channel.
This is a hot pot.
This is a fucking hot
So, if you want to bone a chicken, what you need to do, take it on a couple of dates, and then invite it back, put on some romantic music, and let nature take its course.
There is a bit of a problem on this week's food and drink. I've finished all of it.
This is a Thai chicken curry, or as I like to call it, hot Asian cock.
OK, Sam, let's see what you've brought in your bag of ingredients. It is a pint of wine and a large Malteser.
Right, welcome to Southern Cooking for Northerners. First up, quinoa. What is it and why it can fuck off?
Well, if you're going to pop it in, don't forget to cover it first. I didn't, and that's why I'm making paternity payments.
Hello, I'm Greg Wallace, and this series of MasterChef, we won't be using plates. We'll just be eating off my shiny, shiny head.
Hello, it's Nigella Lawson here again. I'm just going to say the word spatchcock for no reason. Spatchcock.
Anyone can make this. You can't, Beatrice. Sorry, you can't beat rice.
Let's just all go home. Yeah, let's just go home.
Welcome. Welcome to Great Indian Bake Off. I'm Paul Bollywood.
Hello, I'm Jamie Oliver. Welcome to my new show, Stick a Bit of Fucking Sugar in It.
In other news, what could happen to drunk air passengers in the future?
They might sober up.
Yeah.
They're complaining drunks are getting on planes. They make you wait for 2 hours in a pub. That's just a brilliant pub that happens to have good transport links.
It is true, though, isn't it? It's the only time you see people sort of 3 o'clock in the morning in an airport pub just going, oh, I'll have a bacon sandwich and 4 pints of Stella. That seems to make sense, doesn't it? We're here. As soon as you take away windows, all responsibility goes, doesn't it? It can be any time I want it to be.
Totally agree. I saw a guy, this was out of order, 7 a.m, having a Wagamama's. What the hell are you doing?
You're right, you're right.
What is going wrong in your life? There's a guy drinking Guinness, looking across, going, he's got problems.
It's only a problem on planes, though, isn't it? It's not a problem in airports, is it? And it's only a problem on planes if you get so drunk that you go, right, you, outside, now.
But they always say that people get drunk and try to open the doors. Presumably you can't actually open those doors.
I don't think someone can just run... The doors, obviously, they can't be open, otherwise we'd all still be on the last plane we got onto. You can't, but you can't in a kind of a, hello, you're a very pretty... who says, whoa! That big roundy bun doesn't go from... Whoa! Give me a call! James Orlandi! Now we play a round called Mock Them Up and Throw Away the Key. This game involves Romesh, Angela and Josh, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round's our stand-up challenge. I launch a wheel of news and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is food. Who wants to come in on that? Josh.
I'm not a fan of people that are pretentious about food, the kind of people that pretend they like dark chocolate. And by that, I mean anyone that claims to like dark chocolate, because no one actually likes dark chocolate. No one's eating normal, nice milk chocolate going, well, this is good, but I wish it tasted a bit more like paracetamol. All this pretension. I went into a cafe for breakfast the other day. One of the things they sold on the menu, toasted bread. That is called toast. What are my other options? Flaked corn topped with the juice of a milked cow? Maybe I don't know what people want from food. I was walking along the street the other day. A van went past. On it said, Waitrose, do you like your bananas green? And I thought, no. No, I'm not a huge fan of diarrhoea, no. I don't like my bananas green for the same reason I don't like my chicken Kiev's dangerously underdone. But now you go into Waitrose, all they have got is green bananas. You go, am I the only person that's ever bought a banana because they want to eat the banana? Someone else go, oh, I think I'll fancy a banana in about 7 days. Better go out and buy one now. Can you come out tonight, Steve? No, I've checked my diary, I'm eating a banana. And all they do is sell them in bunches, so basically what I've got is no bananas for 7 days, followed instantly by far too many bananas all at the same time.
Well done, Josh. OK, let's have the next topic. Subject is health. Who wants to come in on that? Angela.
Yeah, I am quite a sickly person. My own mother once said, Jesus, Angela, if you're a dog, they put you down. That's... I've got something called glue ear. Well, I don't know if you know what glue ear is. It necessitates the wearing of grommets in your ears, right? Now, I don't know. Some people have grommets when they were a child. Child is the key word there. I'm 37, I've got grommets. I might as well have sodding nappy rash. Even the word grommet is a cartoon character. You don't get that with adult procedures, do you? My grandmother, she's had a bilateral hip replacement. She hasn't had a double SpongeBob. Grommets. Right, and they're inconvenient as well. They're inconvenient because I love swimming, but I can't get my ears wet, so I have to wear a swimming hat. My mum bought me a red one because she said it would just look like your hair. It doesn't. No, I look like a Lego version of me. And that's not even the worst of it, right? That's the worst of it. Twice a year, I have to attend something that's called the Glue Ear Clinic, which takes place at my local children's hospital. You have not known humiliation until you've been a 37-year-old woman sitting on a plastic toadstool, thinking for old Mr. Men comics, waiting for a nurse wearing a Peppa Pig apron to call your name, or 10 sets of parents stare at you wondering where the hell your child is. On the upside, though, I do have the world's largest collection of Brave Girl stickers, so it's not all bad. One of the side effects of having glue ear is my eardrums burst quite frequently, right? And that's not pleasant. It's pussy, it's messy, it's oozy, it's bloody. It's horrible. It's not very nice. It happens to me all the time. It happened to me once during sex. I know. so disgusting. Although it was quite entertaining to see the look on the gentleman in question's face as I saw him think to himself, oh, my God, I've actually shagged her brains out.
OK, that leaves us with Ramesh. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. The topic is animals.
I'm into animal rights, actually. I recently watched this film, Blackfish, which is about this killer whale that ate 2 of the trainers at SeaWorld, killed 2 of the members of staff at SeaWorld. And it's an interesting film, but I do have some issues with it. You know, one of the things they say in the film is we call them orcas. Some people call them killer whales, but these are beautiful, beautiful orcas. We call them orcas. This one killed 2 people. Right? That's a killer whale, right? He lost the right to be called orca when he slaughtered 2 people, yeah? And people are surprised by what happened. People are surprised by what happened. They say, oh, my God, I can't believe what's happened at SeaWorld. I can't believe that one of the killer whales tried to eat one of the trainers. Listen, that's not a surprise. I'm a vegan, right? If you make me dance with a sausage on my nose for long enough, eventually I will try the bloody sausage, right? I don't think that's a surprise. And the film is presenting obvious stuff. I was talking to an intelligent person about Blackfish. He said to me, I can't believe what's going on at SeaWorld. It's disgusting. I can't believe they kidnapped them from the wild. How else did you think that they got them? Did you think there was some sort of recruitment drive? And the thing is, you know, is they want to set this whale free. They want to set Tilikum free because he killed 2 people. Because he killed 2 people, they want to set him free. I mean, that's the opposite of crime and punishment, isn't it? I mean, people say because he lives in such horrible conditions. Listen, people live in horrible conditions. We don't let them off for doing stuff. You don't say, oh, Derek here killed 6 people. We can't do anything about it because he lives in Hastings.
Thank you very much, Robert. I'm going to give the point to Angela Barnes there. Everything come back. Thank you very much. Moving on, what long-awaited report was finally published this week?
Chilcot.
The Chilcot Report.
Yeah.
It's available on Amazon, all 12 books. People who like this report also liked.
It's massive, isn't it? How many words is it?
It's 2.6 million words.
Do you know who I feel sorry for? Is the bloke who's got to read the audio book.
It's always Stephen Fry.
He'll be doing all the voices.
Oh.
And they've found new weapons in this.
Yes, but how then? How then, by contrast, will David Cameron be remembered?
He'll be remembered as a man who could book a removal van within 2 days. It's impossible, isn't it? How do you do that?
Brutal. Brutal, that stuff.
Somewhere else in Britain, there is someone going, what do you mean you can't come this morning?
We booked you 3 months ago. The date was clearly in the contract. We've reserved the parking, which was difficult enough to do. Where are your men? How was David Cameron referenced by our guest tonight?
Orally.
Yes?
He mentioned him.
He mentioned him.
Using his...
Yes, in what way?
No.
In what way?
He did a kind of shout-out to him when he was doing... He said, David Cameron's here, when he just won Wimbledon, and then everyone booed.
Which is weird, because the press really picks up on the fact that everyone booed him. I'm like, well, leaders always get booed. The only time a leader gets cheered is either if you live in Love Actually or North Korea. That's it.
So what has the world come to that a Conservative Prime Minister would get booed at Wimbledon?
What has become the must-see attraction for Chinese tourists in the UK?
Is it like there's this weird village in... Oh, you're right.
I'm a bit of a cough.
Have you followed him off?
So, I'll ask the question again, shall I? Yes, rather than dying of pleurisy there. What has become... God, I hope I don't die. That'd be awful if I don't die in the next while and you go, oh, I know, we never asked.
2016, another great gone.
See, weirdly, it's like you're mocking me and he's not died. Really dead, you go, well, he's no David Bowie.
The only thing I'm thinking is, then I will have won.
Okay, at the end of the points go to Loiso, Ellie and Mara. The next round is called Headliners. Here's a typical picture of humble football star Cristiano Ronaldo. But what does RISC stand for?
Is it really? I signed contract.
Is it referees immediately sense cheating?
Is it risky investment, Spanish club?
Is it Ronaldo's irremovable shoe conundrum?
Rich, ignorant, spoilt crybaby.
Is it Ronaldo? Is it Ronaldo is secret creationist? He doesn't believe in evolution after playing with Wayne Rooney for 2 years.
Is it Ronaldo invites sex crime?
It's a new show by the makers of Wife Swap. Every week, Ronaldo invites a sex crime.
This week. Hola. Bienvenidos a Sex Crime. Can we possibly veer towards...
The S is for slavery, isn't it?
The S is for slavery, yes.
Ronaldo in slavery... conundrum.
Contract.
Controversy!
Controversy! It doesn't count if he says half the words.
Yes, the answer I was looking for was Ronaldo in slavery controversy. The Manchester United winger is keen on a move to Real Madrid and backed the words of FIFA President Sepp Blatter, who likened the football transfer system to modern slavery.
Talking of slavery, do you reckon when the Egyptian slaves were building pyramids, some of them are going, this is a disgrace, being treated like footballers?
It is a very distasteful remark to make when these men are being traded for millions of pounds to compare it to slavery.
The thing is, we're saying, what, Ronaldo doesn't have a sense of perspective?
Yeah.
Since early childhood, he has been praised and rewarded ludicrously for having very well-coordinated feet. Of course he's not got a sense of perspective. We're lucky he's not killed someone very skillfully with his feet. There's no point us saying we know what it's like to be Ronaldo. We have no idea what it's like to be Ronaldo. Drinking smart cocktails that teach you capoeira, having sex with beautiful android women. If we had to live Ronaldo's life for 5 minutes, we would shit our brains out of our eyes.
It's a very moving cry for understanding for Ronaldo.
If footballers can be treated as slaves, Max Mosley must be thinking, I got the wrong sport. Don't you think?
Football's just distraction. Distract you from the real world, distract you from the war. Instead, they should replace football with just a guy bringing out a big bunch of keys and going, look at the shiny, shiny. No. We've cancelled the football season. Look at the shiny, shiny.
It would particularly work if you brought out Jangle the Keys and then there were loads of internet sites about, I wonder what keys they'll have next year.
It's alive! It's alive! Oh, no, sorry, it is dead. I really am an awful vet.
I'm sorry, it's just you look nothing like your photo in Match.com.
You've got a flat screen TV and brand new trainers. I know what you did last summer.
I know what you did last summer because you keep posting all your boring shit on Facebook.
Get back, you demons! You devils! Get away, Satan's spawn! Back from whence you came! That was the party political broadcast on behalf of the UK Independence Party.
I have a message from the other side. We have Bake Off now.
Actually, I'd rather you not say zombie. The term now is differently alive.
The ghost is trying to say something to us. Old Kent Road. Community chest. Go to... Sorry, I didn't have time to get a Ouija board.
Oh, my God! Everybody, run! Oh, no, it's just some fat prick with a Nerf gun.
I think you mean a broken Nerf gun. For example, this bit shouldn't do this.
I'm afraid I have no choice but to kill you, because I've already chosen to shag and marry your two friends.
28 days later, a horrifying journey of a man going from Three Bridges to East Croydon with Southern.
I see dead people. Oh, no, my bad, it's Keith Richards.
Here's Johnny, and then I'm going to put it on my willy, and then we're going to have sexy.
Sir, there's been another attack by the undead in Wimbledon. No, not zombies this time. Zombles.
A seance? No. I've been pronouncing it seance.
Is there anybody there? Can you hear me? Is there anybody there? This is the Christian O'Connell Breakfast Show.
That was Mayor Boris Johnson with his official statement on the riots.
You seen the traffic? It's a nightmare on Elm Street.
And now, Alan Bennett's long-awaited remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Nantwich Leaf Blower kerfuffle.
What do you want? What do you want? No, I'm not paying too much for my car insurance.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. So I gave Mark's dinner party an 8.
Do you like scary movies, Sydney? Oh, sorry, is Sydney there, please?
If you don't keep up payments to your exorcist, there's a danger that your home will become repossessed.
Ha! Joke's on you, Dracula. I've got AIDS.
I ate his liver with some jelly beans and a nice ombongo.
I've seen the ring! I wish that builder would pull his trousers up.
I don't have to listen to you. You're just a puppet. If you don't shut up, I'm going to put you back in your box, Mr. Clegg.
I'm afraid he's been bitten by George Michael. He's turned into a vampire.
The category is politics, and the answer is 8%. What is the question?
How much of Abu Hamza will have to be removed so as they can get him through the Heathrow metal detector? What level of erection did I once try and have sex with?
Do you measure on that scale, or is it just in terms of...
Image of you going out on the pole, checking your wallet before you go out. Condom, protractor.
How is the government planning to catch middle-class tax avoiders?
With a butterfly net and the van from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
It'll probably work better than the plan they have.
They're planning to catch them using lie detectors. Middle-class people taking lie detector tests. It's like an upmarket version of Jeremy Kyle. And I'd like to see that. Wouldn't you like to see that middle-class Jeremy Kyle? You know, my cleaner ran off to another family. My husband's using the wrong cutlery. You corked my Merlot!
The next topic is environment. Andy Parsons.
So, now, apparently, plastic bags are evil. Because apparently, they take 100 years to biodegrade. Now, that came as a bit of a shock to me, because often when you get a bag in a supermarket, They seem to biodegrade when you put anything heavy in them. That is why people double bag, isn't it? Because otherwise it's like a crap magic trick, isn't it? They give you the bag, you put the bag on the counter, you put the stuff in the bag, you pull up the bag, and hey presto, the stuff's still there on the bloody counter.
Well done, Andy Parsons.
People were saying, oh, well, it's stupid, you know, what's the point of any of our kids learning Arabic? But it could be quite useful, couldn't it? For instance, if you were sat on the tube and two people in front of you were speaking Arabic, it would make you a little more relaxed about what they had in their bag. Basically, these education proposals, you know, they've been upsetting teachers. And you don't want to upset a teacher, do you? Very easy to upset a teacher. All you've got to do to upset a teacher is go, "Ooh, you've got long holidays." They don't like that, do they? And then, if you continue with that with, "Oh, and you finish at 3:30. Oh, they're livid, aren't they? Oh, I've got me marking.
And Frankie, the next topic is... it's terrorism. Andy's in like a shot.
Now, Tony Blair has once again tried to justify improving our nuclear weapons because he says one of the reasons is he's worried terrorists such as Osama bin Laden might get hold of them. Now, once again, I think this is scaremongering. We know Osama bin Laden hasn't got a nuclear weapon because we haven't seen it on his videos. We know he's got a rifle and a donkey. I don't think we've got to worry until he's ditched the rifle and we see his donkey strapped with a cruise missile.
Well done, Andy Parsons. Bad things to say at a job interview.
I'm really only here because I'm hoping to slip on a wet floor and then fall off a ladder.
Hey, I remember you from the dungeon. How you doing? It's me, Gimpy Terry.
I'm Gimpy Terry's mate.
He has been accused of verbally abusing a policeman at the gates to Downing Street who wouldn't let him through the main gates and forced him to go through the pedestrian gates. He swore at the policeman and apparently called him a pleb.
They may have changed the words he said, because the words they claim he says was, "Best you learn your effing place, you don't run this effing government, you're effing plebs." Right. He said he didn't say those words. Now, I can't read out what words he said, because he hasn't told us, so those are the only ones I can read out.
These are the people, though, who are charged with protecting him. You don't want to upset them.
No.
Oh, yes, I didn't catch Mr. Mitchell as he fell from the second floor of the building, because I didn't think he'd want me to touch him, given that I'm a pleb and everything. But as we took his body out of Downing Street, we took him through the main gate. It's what he would have wanted.
We start with a round called Headliners. Here's a picture of Prime Minister Gordon Brown with his immediate predecessor, Tony Blair. But what does BMCB stand for?
Is it Brown's Mental Complete Breakdown?
or is it just Britain's Mr. Charisma Bypass?
Is it Blundering Morons Crucifixion Begins?
Or is it just bollocks, my career's buggered?
Sometimes that's all satire needs to be.
Yeah.
I'll call it ideas for scenarios we'd love to see, and the performers come in with their suggestions. The first subject is unlikely things to hear on Comic Relief.
And we'd just like to thank the donation of 160,000 turkeys from a Mr. B. Matthews.
The next topic is the worst thing your new neighbour could say.
What day do the bins go out round here? My wife's body's starting to stink.
I hope my turkeys won't be keeping you awake. So, it was the Olympic parade last week. It was great seeing it live. Obviously, I had to keep a certain amount of a low profile in the crowd because I was throwing a sickie from work at the time. But it was great. 21 buses, driving through London at a steady 2 miles an hour. So very like a normal day in London, really. There was an embarrassing moment, though, when one of the conductors rang the bell on the bus and then got the shit kicked out of him by the blind football team. And I realised, actually, that I could get into any sport during the Olympics. The only sport I couldn't actually get into, dressage. Watching a horse walk and then reverse. They call it horse ballet. I don't think anybody would go and see ballet if it was just some bloke walking a bit quicker, slowing down a bit, stopping, bowing, and then pissing off. And secondly, not many people go to ballet anyway because it's shit. Thank you very much, Andy Parsons. Is it the number of tweets that David Cameron's received to his new Twitter account that include the word tosspot? Is it, in fact, what are the chances against getting a joke about Jim Fricks on the BBC?
Scone will put you in the cabinet in Italy at the age of 19 if you're good enough. So you can see where it's coming from.
Harriet Harman's an incredible figure, isn't she? You know that Harriet Harman, when she first came to my attention, she wrote a book about the history of feminism, which she dedicated to her husband. Yeah, she's mistaking sexism with people hating her.
She's always saying stupid things, isn't she? She said she is Radio 2 to Gordon Brown's Radio 4. And you're thinking, well, she's not Radio 2. Radio 2 is the most popular radio station in this country. If she's anything, she's Isle of Wight FM on a Sunday morning at 3 o'clock in January when the transmission mast is broken. Andy Murray, a man who actually came along to our studios, didn't he?
Yes, indeed he did.
Came along after he'd lost Wimbledon.
Yep.
And then after we'd all taken the piss out of him,
yep,
he went off and he won the Olympics and he won the US Open.
Yes.
I think all sports people who are struggling should come into the audience of the show. Let's get Paula Radcliffe, Philip Sidowu, Nick Clegg. It'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
I think it's kind of ironic that you'd ban smoking in pubs in London when it's kind of impossible to breathe outside a pub in London. Children are chasing buses down the street, like nipping at the tailpipe, hoping for chunks of charcoal fresh air, you know.
So says the man from LA.
People let people drive cars, right? I'm
Yes.
guessing a car puts out more smoke than maybe a cigarette?
It does, but that doesn't mean... Yeah.
You don't actually drive inside.
Yeah.
You know, don't drink and drive, especially in the pub.
OK, so war on terror. Who wants to go first? Andy?
Yes, the war on terror. The Americans have said, you know, they're worried that Iraq is their new Vietnam. Let's hope not. Otherwise, we're in for some shit movies in about 10 years' time.
Good man, Andy. Well done. Andy Parsons there. Your category is sport. The answer is 1 billion.
Is it how many wives would Henry VIII have had if he'd been on Tinder?
I shall have her. And I shall have her. Am I even flicking the right way? I shall have her. OK. Oh, thank you. Okay.
Is it how many pounds in cash did the Queen hide under her bed when she'd seen that Jeremy Corbyn had been elected leader?
Her family security is at risk. Here's a picture of the new Labour leader, Jeremy Corbyn. So what's going on here?
Has he been sleeping in the bin on the right?
The idea it could be the oldest delivery boy in the world still hasn't figured out how to hold a pizza correctly.
Is he such a dedicated socialist that he refuses to look to the right, even though that's the direction he is in fact looking?
The topic is politics. Who wants to come in on that? Andy Parsons.
So, we've had the Lib Dems announce their immigration plan. What they like to do is they'd like to put immigrants into places in Britain which don't, at the moment, have many immigrants. Quite what those parts of Britain will feel about that policy. I grew up for quite a long time in Cornwall, and there they regarded anybody who came from Devon as an immigrant. We had one bloke on our street who was known as the Traveller because he'd once been by train up to London. And we have a new president for Europe, a man by the name of Herman Van Rompuy. Now, the Sun can't wait to get a headline going on this one. Rumpy Pumpy, Rumpy Numpty, Humpty Rumpy. They'll go for gold if he gets involved in an affair with a one-legged ugly dwarf. Rumpy Pumpy from Rumpy Numpty with Frumpy Stumpy Grumpy.
Well done, Andy Parsons. Your category is world news. The answer is 1/5. What's the question?
How much of a Boris Johnson speech is not, well, I say, boss?
OK, here we go. The first subject is things you wouldn't hear on a science documentary.
Hello, my name's Dara O'Brien. And to try and bring science to the masses, I'm going to appear in a programme with Stephen Hawking wearing a ridiculous hat.
Just enough with the, you know. I love that hat, by the way.
Hello, I'm Dara O'Brien. And I've got a massive head and a massive brain. But all I get to do in this bit is just press a little button.
The Olympics. Who wants to come in that? Any person?
Now, I don't know how you got on with getting tickets for the Olympics. There are still tickets for the Greco-Roman wrestling. Yeah, whoopee-doo. There aren't so many Romans in Britain anymore, are there? And those Greeks can't afford the tickets. And we will have forever our first GB football team. Yeah, it'll be the first time that Ryan Giggs, Ashley Cole and John Terry have got together since the last Miss World contest. But if you haven't got any tickets, go and see the Olympic road race cycling, right? It's free, yeah? But it's not the same as proper road cycling. Never in the Olympics do you see somebody having to go off into a ditch because there's a lorry turning left. Never do you see somebody go over the handlebars because some idiot in his car has opened the door without looking in his side mirror. Never do you see somebody fall off their bike because a car has screamed past and somebody has whined down the window and shouted, "Boo!" Although that may happen when the Olympics come to Hackney in 2012.
Thank you very much, Andy Parsons. What did David Cameron do recently that no other serving British Prime Minister has ever done?
Samantha Cameron. Yeah. That's true. But he also went on Letterman in the States, didn't he?
He came out to loads of dry ice and they said it represented a London fog when we haven't had a London fog for over 100 years. That's the stereotype image that those Americans believe. What? The fat, dumb redneck. The closest we've currently got to a London fog is Boris Johnson at the moment. Either that or Amy Childs from The Only Way Is Essex.
What Boris Johnson did say was that he got it wrong deliberately because he didn't want to seem like he had Latin coming out of every orifice. Now, that sounds creepy, doesn't it?
The thing about Boris Johnson, though, isn't it, is everybody thinks he's quintessentially English, but in fact he was born in America, named after a Russian, and looks like a Swedish person who's eaten another Swedish person.
And it's the economy. Any persons?
I suppose we should be grateful we're not in Greece. Things very bad there. There's rioting. Things so bad, the austerity measures, that they can't even afford to put petrol in their milk bottles to chuck them. Things are so bad they're having to put milk in their milk bottles. That's how bad things are. Oi, take that. Yeah, in 2 hours your clothes are going to smell really bad. The European Central Bank, right, they have said that when it comes to Greece, they think it may be a bit like the Ebola virus, right? And they said we may have to cut off our leg to survive. Now, they may know a bit about finance. They know very little about the Ebola virus. It affects your entire body. You cut your leg off, you've still got the Ebola virus. You've just got one leg bloody less.
Thank you very much, Andy Parsons. Lines you wouldn't hear in a war film.
We've managed to crack the Germans' code. Turns out they were sending messages in German.
I'm afraid we can't afford goggles. So what we're going to have to do, we're all going to have to go like this.
Things you didn't hear at the Olympics.
I am the little girl from the opening ceremony. This is my real voice.
And it's gold for Ireland. And it...
Go on, go again, man, go again. Do it.
And there's fuck all for Ireland.
No, I'm not letting you off for the last Ireland joke. You're not getting on again for the rest of the show. You are not doing another one for the rest of the show, all right? Discarded titles for the next Harry Potter book.
Harry Potter and the Mudblood Prince in a Nazi uniform. Harry Potter and the two other kids who can't act.
The first topic is global warming. Who wants to come in on that? Andy Parsons.
Sheryl Crow, she's gone into the debate. She wants us to save natural resources by apparently using only one sheet of toilet paper per visit. Now, let's face it, sometimes that's just not feasible, is it? But ever since I found that out, part of me's there thinking, each time I use more than one sheet, I've let Sheryl Crow down. Then part of me's thinking, oh, I'd never want to go out with Sheryl Crow. She's a toilet paper Nazi. And half the time, she's probably got a dirty arse.
Thank you very much, Andy Parsons. Here's a picture of former Prime Minister Tony Blair recently, but what does BGBC stand for?
Is it in fact Blair's guilt-free, blood-stained conscience?
That was a lovely laugh.
Is it in fact everything the British Army didn't have when we went to war? Bullets, guns, bombs, choppers. I would like to apologise for the rocking of this boat, but we are currently being humped by a whale. There appears to have been an incident in the swimming pool. If a Mr. Barrymore could contact the captain. He actually has ice baths in a wheelie bin. Anything that can't be enjoyable, can it? Particularly if he does it on a Tuesday and gets carried away by the cancer.
What a rugby commentator would never say.
Oh, and he skipped through the defence, and that's lucky, because if these South Sea Islanders catch you, they eat you.
And it's the coin toss, and Johnny Wilkinson has sprained his thumb. And here comes... It was after I heard the buzzer that I realised there was one thing I hadn't heard at the Olympics, right, was fuck it.
What did the Bank of England unveil last week?
I think it was a new fiver, wasn't it?
This is the new fiver, my friend. This is the new fiver.
Oh, make it rain.
Oh, yeah, I never thought of doing that. Like, oh, yeah, fiver. Yeah. Oh,
You're making it drizzle.
To do. So, yeah, hang on, that's it, isn't it? That's the motion. These were lent by the bank for, you know, interest in Saturka, not for me to go,
It's literally the worst rap video of all time. Never see Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre fetching the money they've just thrown.
Oh, honey, yeah, £30. Does that make your dreams come true? Oh, this would be terrible. Imagine, because they're plasticky and clear and see through their polymer notes, which means you could actually go to the laptop and go, I can see you. I can see you. Can you see my money?
Imagine that at a cashier. I can see you. I can see you. Just pay for the condoms and leave.
The testing that they put them through, they said they dipped it in tea for, you know, all those times you mistake a fiver for a hobnob.
I often do that when I'm taunting younger comedians. Oh, really? I eat my fivers.
Could be maybe they realised the recession was caused by people leaving fivers in their jean pockets, putting them in the wash.
Fivers only last they only rarely last 5 years. A £5 note.
You're thrifty, aren't you?
Yeah.
I could make a fiver. I can't even make it last 5 years.
I mean, honestly, cost of living.
This is the most I've ever been paid for this show.
You can't rip it, can you?
It's very difficult to tear. Very
Awful
difficult to burn.
news for magicians.
That'd be so irritating, actually. Make it toing. Oh, come on. Sign it for me. Oh, is it here? Toing. Ah, come on. Bloody fivers.
I like that
Have you ripped the new pounds given to us by the Bank of England specially? Have you literally torn?
Well, they should have made more of an effort to make it stronger. Back to the drawing board, guys.
Can I ask if that's actually allowed? Because one newspaper went mad about the fact that you were defacing the Queen, and then they said of all the indignities Churchill has suffered, being scrunched up, dipped in tea and Ribena is the worst. And I was like, surely it's the nodding dog commercial. Is that less dignified? Oh, yes.
We shall fight them on the beaches. Okay, so those are the fivers, yes, please, if you can.
Guys, bad news, I lost mine.
Who have scientists discovered in a cave this week?
I'm so excited about this story, but I can't pronounce the name, and I'm worried about... I know they're not here to get offended.
They're not.
The Homo naledi, or naladi.
Nadali. Homo nadali, yeah.
Nadali.
Naledi. Just think of...
No, can we just say about that moment where he corrected your pronunciation by getting the word completely wrong? Yes. Can we all just enjoy that for a second?
It's impossible to say it. I was probably
without
doing the milady.
Give it its full name. It's Homo naledi no cry.
The reason I love this story is so they found a few bodies from 100 years apart in a cave. This guy, this is
That's Homo naledi. The find was announced last Thursday by the South African University of the Witwatersrand, National Geographic and the UK science journal eLife. That is a spooky cover of the National Geographic, yes.
Yeah, they have your hooded eyes there.
But the thing is, this is all...
I would find it very hard to believe if the production staff of this show had not done a photograph of that and made it look like you.
I would like to think that. Why? No. I am not doing the face.
Well, listen, I'll tell you one thing.
Face.
I am not getting on that megabus.
Now that, I think, is a thing.
I think we know where this is going now, don't we?
Yeah, there we go. Wow.
You look the happiest out of all three.
How did they die? Do you know how they died?
No, I
They
don't
were
know.
shot by an American dentist.
Now, that is too soon.
Yeah. OK, at the end of that round, the points go to Ed, Sarah and Andy. We start with a round called Headliners. Here's a picture of Prime Minister Gordon Brown in buoyant mood, but what does ROCB stand for?
Is it what he looks like when he smiles? Is it really old, creepy baby?
Is he just really desperate about his election chances now? He's only got one thing he can do, and he's going, right, OK, call Batman.
Is it ruined our country, bastard?
Is he just giving a weather forecast? Is it rain, occasional cloud, blizzards?
There's a row over Cameron's bedroom. He's already in there, measuring up the curtains.
Do you think he's actually just found a way to solve the national debt? Is he going, rollover could be billions?
Is he going, there's a robin on the corner of the building?
It would be nice. It would be nice if he just got more distracted by wildlife. That would be quite sweet.
He's just trying to draw attention from the polls. No, there's a robin on the corner of the building.
It's a true purpose. It's a true purpose that your government's in chaos. Is that a chaffinch?
Is it what he's going to do on May the 6th? Is it going to be removals ordered, cab booked?
Would I be right in thinking the art was something to do with recession,
It would,
Dara?
yes, you would be right.
Is it recession over complete bullshit?
It is not that. You're halfway there, remark.
Listen, that was lovely, the unemployed people. That's it, yeah. We live in Poundland.
Is it recession over confirms Brown?
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Well done.
He always does it like that.
Yes, the answer I was looking for was recession over confirms Brown. This is the Prime Minister's cautious announcement of the end of the recession, although he said there is still much more that needs to be done. The Office for National Statistics revealed that this week the economy had grown in the last 3 months of 2009 by 0.1%.
Great day.
Wow. Gee, I just started that. How long is that? I don't think we expected that. We just thought, like, we expected that. That's what we expected. But that is just like... It is difficult to maintain that.
It doesn't matter, but you look like a giddy chameleon. That was amazing.
Yeah, midway through the show, if a fly goes past. All right, how is Gordon Brown doing, and who is he trying to woo at the moment?
He's trying to woo the middle classes.
He is trying to woo the middle classes.
These aren't policies, these are M&S policies, don't they? He's going to change his name from Brown to Autumn Blush.
He's the most unpopular Prime Minister this country's ever had, and yet nobody in the Cabinet thinks they can defeat him in a leadership election. How crap are they?
But what you're forgetting, I think, that we don't know what goes on in the Cabinet, and everyone's got to remember that he has got one eye that doesn't work, and perhaps he would do what I would do if I was him in the Cabinet. I'd wear an eye patch. I'd sit there with an eye patch on, and I'd have a white cat.
There is a theory that Brown would put over the wrong eye. There's also another thing that no one's going to run against Brown at the moment because what's the prize? You get to lead Labour into an election they'll probably lose. It's like going, oh my God, we've hit an iceberg. Can I drive the ship for a while? Can I?
It's like whatever is thrown at him, he still sort of gets up again. You half expect, like, Brian Blessed to just pop up every now and again and go, Gordon's alive.
He keeps on saying, I'm getting on with the job. He's like the Millwall of politicians. Nobody likes him, but he doesn't care.
But that's what I mean. He's one of those, and he's having a go, and you think, well, that's all right, but you're running the country. It's like if somebody came in and said, look, I'm not a great surgeon, but I'll have a go.
Basically,
put the hours in.
I've sewn on a button, so I know I can finish the job. But getting to the stuff, I'm sure I'll recognise the kidney when I see it.
I've played the board game. I've played the board game.
There's a photo of him and Darling, actually, which was very interesting, because him and Darling at the same time the announcement. That, interestingly, is the £10 note that tipped us out of the recession.
But the reason why the economy's grown in the last 3 months is because we had Christmas, isn't it? And people, of course, spend money at Christmas.
Yeah, okay.
It's the only
right.
time people go absolutely mad. You don't see anyone in July going, I need goose fat. You know?
Basically, though, Western capitalism, isn't it? It's based on people buying stuff they don't need with money they don't have, as opposed to Christmas time, when everybody buys things nobody needs with money they don't have for people they don't even like.
It's a beautiful miracle. And the first topic is travel. Who wants to come in at that? Chris?
Hi. Don't know what's happening. It's all different on the telly. I take public transport quite a lot doing this job. I'm not a fan. I don't really like being in public, walking around. It's nothing. I don't get normal things in public when I'm walking along. I don't get normal interactions. I don't get, excuse me, sir, what time is it? Excuse me, where's the train station? I get, like, do you like leaves? Like... I could write a book on it, right? Another thing is, as a northerner, people said to me before I came to London to do work and stuff, people said, oh, the tube. Oh, the tube's awful, no one talks. No one talks. Good. That's brilliant. brilliant. I don't want nutters on public transport telling us what they've had for their breakfast, right? I want to be left alone. You know, the Tube, if you've never been on the Tube, come to London just to go on the Tube. It's an incredible experience. No one, literally, silence. It's amazing. Someone could just burst into flames on the Tube, and all you'd get is one man looking up from a Kindle going, prick. So all you'd get, even the person who was in flames would just be quietly going, excuse me, can I just squeeze past? I'm very sorry. I don't mean to cause a fuss, but I'm in zone 8 and my oyster card's melting. I'm very sorry.
Come on, Chris, well done. OK, that leaves us with Rob. Let's see what you've got. Let's spin the wheel again. And the topic is class. Stuck with it. You're stuck with it.
Yeah, I'm working class. If you're not sure, there's a little test you can do to see if you're working class or not. You're normally working class if your television is bigger than your bookcase. That's how it works. Like, in my mum's house, big 50-inch plasma on the wall, little Billy bookcase from IKEA next to it. DVDs on it normally. That's how it works. The thing is that my girlfriend's very middle class. That's a problem. She used to be upper class, but we're together now. Her sister has got a boyfriend, right, called Rupert. Rupert. That's in the name. I'm not having a go. It's a decent name. I just never thought I'd meet one. Do you know what I mean? I was in the pub with him. Rupert, do you want another Malbec? What's happened to me? And the thing is, though, like, when they go around their house, right, they like, in my house, growing up, Saturday night, you'd have dinner on your lap watching You've Been Framed, right? Bit of a chavvy way to have your dinner. That's what we used to do. You go around their house, you sit in the conservatory, you have wine, talk about politics, right? And I started thinking, this is how you should do it, innit? This is how you should do dinner. Then after about 10 minutes, I realised I haven't got an opinion and I'd quite like to see a dog fall in a puddle.
Well done. Well done to both of you. Points for both of you. Come on back. Well done. Lovely stuff. Come on. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel for the first topic. The first subject is transport. Who wants to come in that? Miles.
Yes, transport, public transport. Why is public transport so horrendous? Well, the clue is in the question, isn't it? It's the public. You're horrific. I don't take public transport terribly often, but sometimes I do it for a dare. Some friends and I once had a competition to see who could stay for the longest on a night bus without vomiting. Although, once I got on the bus, it was quite clear that all the other passengers were involved in a similar competition. None of them were doing terribly well. My seat had a sign next to it saying, "This seat is particularly appreciated by the elderly and infirm." Yeah, certainly smelt like it. Well, what a journey. Every time somebody pressed the stop button, it pinged. The oik sitting next to me stood up because he thought his McCain's microwavable chips were ready. Brutal. Anyway, while I've been speaking, I imagine a lot of the ladies in here have been looking at me. Possibly, you know, you're thinking, is he or isn't he? Well, I've got to be honest with you, ladies, I am looking for a cleaner.
OK, let's spin the wheel again. The subject is marriage. Who wants to come in on that? Stuart.
I'm not married. If I was married, would I be able to do this? For that long? I am married. My wife and I met at a castanet class where we clicked. That's not entirely funny. No, we actually met in a museum, and the rest is history. 14 more. No, we actually met at a driving range where we hit it off. Can't be true. No, we actually met in a library. That's novel. Ooh. No, actually, Wayne Rooney introduced us. It was a no-brainer. I'm only kidding. I'm not married. I am married. That's why I'm wearing the ring. Oh, no. It must have fallen off in that hooker. Anybody who's married knows what I'm talking about when I say this, that you really find out about someone after you marry them. Like, for example, my wife doesn't have a peanut allergy. No, it turns out she has a penis. That's it, she has a penis.
OK, that leaves us with Mickey. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the subject is parenting.
A few years ago, my wife and I had a baby. Well, we didn't have it straight away. We had to cook it up for a little while. And so she suggested we go to these classes run by the National Childbirth Trust in our local area. They're very middle-class antenatal classes. They're run by this fascist breastfeeding woman. Who's basically, you can go to her home on a Tuesday night. She's breastfeeding her 9-year-old son during the session. It's not awkward. All the men are checking the coving out. It's come away up there because they should have put glue both sides. That's... No, she's still doing it. What are you going to do? And, I think by week 4, she's running out of ideas, so she started on the men. She said, I'm going to ask the men this evening, the men. The men are coming on board. How might they benefit by giving birth to the baby themselves? Can we talk about those benefits? Now, there's 6 of us in a circle. I'm in trap 3, not the best position, the worst one either. Chap number 1's in the best position. He said, if you gave birth to the baby yourself, he said you'd have an empathy with womankind and her struggle over the centuries, creating a greater relationship with your partner. I was thinking, oh, cobblers, I was going to use that one. Chap number 2 dug in, fair enough. He said, well, if you gave birth to the baby yourself, he said you'd have a bond with the child at a more primeval, physical level. Started crying. Nice touch. Mother Earth looked at me, I'm having a panic attack. It's all gone a bit hazy. She said, Michael? I said, well, at least you'd be 100% sure it was yours.
OK, the end of that round. The point's going to make it sound again.
Here's a picture of Shadow Chancellor Ed Balls, but can anyone give me a phrase to sum this up?
Well, obviously, good to see that Wayne Rooney is back to fitness.
Is he thinking to himself? Is he just thinking to himself, why, when my name is Balls, do I keep having photographs like these?
Is Mr. Ed Balls playing football in a match between MPs and journalists at the conference? Apart from playing football, what has Ed Balls been doing recently?
He's a politician.
He's been...
Other than that...
He has been sickening normal people everywhere by learning to play the piano.
Yes,
Did you
to
see
what
that?
level?
Grade 1.
Grade 1, yes.
And the grade 1 is recognising that that's not a piano.
This is a trick test. That's not a piano. You have passed.
I reckon he just heard mention of chopsticks and thought there might be some food available.
If he does learn chopsticks, that'll be handy for when he's Chancellor and has to beg money off the Chinese.
You really believe you go into the Chinese and go, honourable Chinese president. Cling, 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 cling,
They will go, you took an interest in our culture.
Ding, 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 ding. That's as much as I know.
Okay. Darren, do you not think you would have lost them with honourable Chinese person? Opening with that.
I'm not in the diplomatic corps. What do you say?
It'd be like arriving in the Congo on a diplomatic mission with a crate of umbongo. I believe you enjoy this beverage.
We're told this is all you drink here in the Congo, which has been renamed for how long?
Well, it's now called the Democratic Republic of Umbongo.
By the way, who's he doing the test with?
Lots of 5-year-old and 6-year-old children.
6-year-old children. 6-year-old child, Ed Balls. 6-year-old child, 6-year-old child.
Which is creepy. As a 6-year-old child, you'd be thinking, you've been told, as you wait in that room, if you fail this, you're coming back again. And then a 45-year-old man... Oh, my God, this idiot.
Wow, they take this shit seriously right here. Please let me go. Please don't make me do the exam again.
I do, in a way, think it's commendable that he's done it and it's good for him to have a release, but I also think it's a really bad thing for a busy politician to do in a sort of connecting with the people way, because people that have got normal jobs are then going, well, I haven't got time to learn the fucking piano. How have you got time? He should really do what Cameron does and just get pissed and lose his kids and stuff like that. And then people are like, oh, yeah, he's one of mine.
Our next round is called Picture of the Week. I show the panel a topical image and ask them to tell me what's happening. So, what's going on here?
Do you know that thing when a dog's eaten a bee?
Is David Cameron going, 6 pages? Is this really the complete list of taxpayers in Greece?
Is it David Cameron can almost smell the shit coming off the Tory manifesto? I only got a bit political, didn't I?
Is he looking at the tea menu and he's saying, I'll have the millionaire's shortbread, or as I call it, shortbread?
Is it Cameron upset to see no Dizzy Rascal on the karaoke songbook?
He does a very good bonkers, actually. He does a very good bonkers.
Is it Cameron orders Eton mess for dessert and for the country?
Yeah, you're right.
Sorry, has Rob Beckett had a head transplant?
I've got a tiny dick now, but I love politics.
Have you got a third joke that you're going to do about... Go on.
Cameron preparing to sell NHS at auction. It's fun doing politics, isn't it? What a time to be alive!
Is that Cameron checking the TV listings going, Rob Beckett's on Mock the Week, that's the end of me, then?
His hard-hitting caustic satire is finishing me. He's mocking me on that week.
If the joke's not good enough, just put your hand up in there. That's what I'm doing.
Am I right, brothers? Am I right? Yeah. My dad's in the bath and I got some politics. Let's go!
Is it Cameron reading a note that just says, David, this is the only way I could speak to you. I haven't heard from you since May the 7th. Call me, Nick, XOXO.
Or is he in fact just going, all right, it says here, Nick Clegg is in fact doing the Sheffield Panto at Christmas. That's what it says here.
He's bounced back.
This, I think, is Cameron at the G7, isn't it?
It is, absolutely, yes. It's Cameron at the G7. Why is he having these high-level meetings?
He's trying to kind of get them to make some changes to the EU to convince... Because we're doing this whole EU vote. I think the EU is misbranded. No one would want to leave if they called it the League of Legends. If they said, do you want to leave the League of Legends? I go, no, mate, I'm the chairman.
We've got to vote again already. I'm going to start feeling like...
It's in 2 years' time.
Oh, I'm going to start feeling like a pedo waiting round school halls 8 in the morning. It's embarrassing.
You don't have to wait around for 2 years. In fact, I strongly
I'm really
advise
into
not
politics
to spend...
now. I'm going to think about it.
What does he ask?
He wants major concessions, mainly on free movement of people, on immigration, doesn't he?
Yes. But that is essentially the whole point of it, is that you can't. Yeah, and you can't deny benefits to people because you've got to treat them as your own citizens, right? So how is he going to stop European immigrants coming into the country?
Dara, you've been claiming off us for 10 years, mate.
Also, Willie's
all right, don't cheer that. Yeah, finally somebody has a nerve to say it. Mr. Giant Head Posh Leg.
It'd be brilliant now if UKIP made you a campaign issue.
Stop this man for too long. Is human. Got a big picture of me. So, big picture of me going like that. This man, bam, bam, bam. Picture of me. Just grabbing all your cash.
He's visiting.
Toura, lura, lura.
30 years ago, it was all Warsaw Pact, but now it's empty.
If we leave Europe, we'll have to pay more for Kinder Eggs. because they're going up as it is.
Yeah, I know.
Like 70p.
You know, if we leave Europe, we'll get the Kinder Egg and we'll open up and there'll be no toy.
Oh, my God. I
did not expect that to have quite the effect it had, right? Wow, somebody just cancelled Christmas for the
Well, what we could do is deliver France an ultimatum saying that if we don't get our way, we'll call Greg's a patisserie.
What has Alice been accused of this week?
Lying, I guess.
Yeah, well,
isn't
that's
he?
the general
But
thing.
it's
Specific lies?
So he's in this problem, isn't he? So James Comey, who was the head of the FBI, he was sacked for investigating his links with Russia.
Yep.
Now it's the cover-up he's being accused of, isn't it?
It is actually, yeah,
lying.
that he got rid of him in order to, you know...
How tall is James Comey?
6'8". It is not the look you want in a spy, is it?
American politics is so much more badass than British politics. They've got the ex-head of the FBI testifying against the president because the Russians might have rigged the election. We've got a man with his bucket on his head and a fish finger.
But a fantastic interaction. He said that at one point they had a discussion, Trump and Comey together, where Trump turned to Comey and said, I want loyalty. And Comey said that he just stood there not saying anything, hoping that he could get out of this moment, and eventually had to say something and said, I can promise you honesty. And Trump said, yes, honest loyalty. What? That is like going to a lady going, I want sex. And she said, we can be friends. And you go, yes, sex friends. Good to know we're on the same page here.
It's like he's genuinely upset that Comey's talking about stuff, because they had a discussion in the Oval Office, and now Trump's going, he's a leaker.
To be fair, though, most men Trump's age are leakers anyway, aren't they? Whether they want to be or not.
Yeah, quite often he pays for it.
Isn't calling him a leaker basically saying it is definitely true?
Yes, it is.
Shouldn't he be calling him a liar?
Yeah,
but if someone accused me of murder and I went, well, someone's a chatterbox.
Trump's got to be careful with all these lies, man. It gets you in trouble. Let me tell you a story, Dara.
I'm always happy for
about a little boy named Pinocchio. He was a little wooden puppet who came to life because he was possessed by a demon. And he would go around and he would lie to everyone because of the devil. And then all the villagers, they put him on a bonfire and they burnt his soul to ash. And Trump should learn you never trust a puppet.
And we've all learnt an important lesson there.
You fucking idiot.
Do another one! Another one!
No, literally, no.
I want to hear James's version of the Bible.
The entire time.
In the beginning.
No.
Let's spin the wheel. The subject is national identity. Who wants to come forward? Russell.
Thank you. We're told to worry about national identity all the time. Like, Gordon Brown seems to be obsessed with British values. Have you noticed that? Kind of preaching British values. What are British values? Ultimately, we're all embarrassed and we laugh at stuff we shouldn't. That's pretty much it, isn't it? It's that forbidden giggle. You know, when you're not allowed to laugh, but all you can think about doing is laughing. It's like when you see an old lady get hit by a frisbee. You know it's wrong. You know? The last time I saw that flag, it was a football game. England were playing Croatia, right? In Croatia, there was a bloke holding up the flag, right? Into which he'd sewn the words, "Go home, asylum seekers!" And you're like, how middle class a hooligan are you? You're into bigotry and embroidery.
Come on, well done, Russell. OK, let's spin the wheel again. The subject is transport. Who wants to come in on that? Rod.
May I? See, I don't know about you, the viewing public and the audience here in the studio, but I'm pretty paranoid on trains, are you? No, you're not as paranoid as I am. I just get paranoid. They make you paranoid, I think. It's all these announcements and signs. You know, if you see anything unusual, report it immediately. I was on a train last Wednesday and saw a Hare Krishna eating a bounty. I reported it and they blew him up in a controlled explosion.
Well done, Rod Gilbert.
Thank you very much.
OK, that leaves us with Andy and Frankie. Let's spin the wheel. The next topic is health.
Wow.
Yeah, that says health to me.
There was a health report recently on Scotland that said that Scotland is the worst small country in Europe. And we were quite disappointed because we thought we were the worst small country in the world. Glasgow's chief health officer said that he was slightly surprised by the findings, which caused him to have a massive heart attack. Scotland does, though, have the best mental health record in Europe. And I think that's because in Scotland, you really have to go an extra bit to be judged mental. Sorry, son, we didn't realise you were a schizophrenic. We just thought you were a bit of a character.
Thank you, Boyle. OK, let's see what's left for Andy. Let's spin the wheel. The topic is drinking.
Now, according to police, right, apparently in nightclubs, 1 in 20 drinks are spiked. Now, I was thinking this could give you a little excuse not to go into work the next day. Phone up work, I can't come in, my drink was spiked. How do you know? Well, I had 20 of them. One of them must have been. Of course, if you go and see your doctor now, they give you a little test, don't they? My doctor, he said to me the other day, he said, how many units of alcohol have you had this week? I said, 21. He said, that's not bad, the maximum's 28. I was thinking it was bloody lucky I saw him on the Monday.
At the end of that round, I'm giving the points to Andy and Russell. Come on back.
Nits.
It's nits. It's super nits.
Yeah. I'll tell you why they've got too many nits. Is because they're all sharing the same hat to decide which house they're in.
I feel bad about not knowing this, except it is from a children's book.
Oh, it's about 40 pages into book 1. Knock yourself out. I'm not going deep on Order of the Phoenix here.
Whereas something like Robot Wars is really adult, isn't it?
So you know the nits. What's the right one?
Apparently they're quite resistant to you know, the shampoos that used to kill them in our day.
Back in the day.
Although I don't think even you had to worry.
I'd lovely lustrous hair.
Walking around like a housing estate for the nits. So I
now
just
you're
need
walking around like a country estate.
Too many burns coming across me. I'm getting singed.
I think people need to adjust their thinking when it comes to nits and just don't think of them as something you need to kill. Think of them as like pets. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, if a kid comes home from school with the guinea pig, you don't go, kill it! Oh, it's resistant to this particular tennis racket. No. You go, oh, look, guinea pigs. So you think of it the same thing with nits. You go, no, look, it's great. No, that's not an infestation. That's a flea circus.
Yeah, but the difference is the guinea pig is in a tank. It's not hiding up your arse. Like, the nits are a parasite. They're actually on your system. You can't go, oh, we're having a little fun thing here.
And then it makes you scratch, makes you look thoughtful.
I wasn't allowed pets. I would have loved it when I was little. The best I could do was I got a fly, right, dunked it in some water, ripped out one of my hairs, tied it to the fly. When it dried out, I had a fly on a lead. That was my pet.
And she went to a grammar school.
At the end of that round, the points go to Robert and Ivo. OK, that leaves us with Milton. Let's see what you've been left with the subject. Let's spin the wheel. And subject is work.
The pollen count. That's a difficult job. easiest job in the world, of course. Australian psychiatrist.
G'day, g'day. How you doing? No worries. Next.
I lost my job with lastminute.com for being persistently late. I lost my job as a cricket commentator for saying the words, "I don't want to bore you with the details." If they make it illegal to wear the veil at work, beekeepers are going to be furious. My wife, it's difficult to say what she does. She sells seashells on the seashore. Some people say the firefighters deserve more money, but apparently a poll was taken and they all fell through a hole in the floor. Sometimes I wonder what my grandfather would think of what I do. He spent his whole life in the kebab business. Was buried with all his equipment. He's probably turning in his grave.
Thank you very much. Okay, here we go. The first subject is unlikely lines from children's books.
Yes, it is sad. I used to be on Top Gear, said Stig of the Dump.
Jack, do you have any more of those beans?
A Stringfellow? What's a Stringfellow? A Stringfellow? Why, didn't you know it has tanned leather skin and a massive libido and bad 80s hair and a grin like a pedo?
This little piggy went to market, and this little piggy stayed at home, and this little piggy went and died horribly of swine flu.
Let's learn the alphabet. A is for adopted, like Hugh. B is for basmati.
And as Eeyore put the noose around his neck.
No, I don't think you should shave, Bilbo, said Frodo. Those feet need waxing.
Yes, Grandma. What a big TV screen you got. Said Little Red Riding Hoodie.
Who's been sleeping in my bed? Said Daddy Bear. Well, said Mummy Bear, it's been your brother Ryan, and he's a much better shag than you are.
I want to go to Tottenham, said Max. That's where the wild things are.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, or as we like to call them, the Sugar Babes.
Once upon a time in a faraway land, there was a handsome young prince named Dara.
Where's Gaddafi?
The railway children gesticulated wildly at the driver. You've left us behind, you wanker!
Oh dear, said Postman Pat. I've just had sex with my cat Jess. I should have gone to Specsavers.
And so Emily learned. If she'd just been a nicer little girl, Mummy and Daddy would never have got divorced.
Do you know what? Said the very hungry caterpillar. This gastric band has changed my life.
Okay, the next topic is unlikely things for a sports commentator to say.
And there's just yet another Grand Slam victory for Andy Murray.
And now we come to the javelin. If you're watching in 3D, you might want to look away now.
And here we are at the women's football, but while you're enjoying the game, please spare a thought for all the men at home who are going without dinner this evening.
Well, he's stroked that through the covers. Surely it would have been easier just to pull back the duvet.
And here at the British Grand Prix, we've already had a couple of fatalities. Yes, 2 of the crowd have died of boredom.
Lewis Hamilton is 3 seconds ahead, but there's trouble at turn 17 as Dastardly and Muttley have dug a pit.
I'm here at the Green Court Bowls, and I've started cutting myself.
He's got the right hook in, he's got the left hook in, and he's finally finished putting up those curtains.
Well, welcome back after the break. You haven't missed much, just the entire Indian innings.
Now let's go back to Henley, where Claire Balding is standing with 2 cocks.
There's Rio Ferdinand. What a tackle! But enough from me. I really should let these lads continue getting changed.
Alex Ferguson has substituted Wayne Rooney. Of course, not the first time Rooney has been pulled off by a 69-year-old.
Well, what a result. The UK Somalian has beat America's Kenyan to show that the Africans aren't going to have it all their own way.
Thanks for all those fantastic statistics there, Motty. Now go and get a fucking life.
Unlikely lines from a horror film.
You've got a flat screen TV and brand new trainers. I know what you did last summer.
I'm sorry, it's just you look nothing like your photo in Match.com.
Is there anybody there? Can you hear me? Is there anybody there? This is the Christian O'Connell Breakfast Show.
That was Mayor Boris Johnson with his official statement on the riots.
You seen the traffic? It's a nightmare on Elm Street.
And now, Alan Bennett's long-awaited remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Nantwich Leaf Blower kerfuffle.
What do you want? What do you want? No, I'm not paying too much for my car insurance.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. So I gave Mark's dinner party an 8.
Do you like scary movies, Sydney? Oh, sorry, is Sydney there, please?
If you don't keep up payments to your exorcist, there's a danger that your home will become repossessed.
Ha! Joke's on you, Dracula. I've got AIDS.
I ate his liver with some jelly beans and a nice ombongo.
I've seen the ring! I wish that builder would pull his trousers up.
I don't have to listen to you. You're just a puppet. If you don't shut up, I'm going to put you back in your box, Mr. Clegg.
I'm afraid he's been bitten by George Michael. He's turned into a vampire.
OK, the next topic is commercials that never made it to air.
Have you got a wicked side? Then you're a prick.
Take 2 bottles into the shower. Not anymore. I've got a proper dildo.
JD Sports. 2,000 looters can't be wrong.
Do you suffer from dull, lifeless hair? Don't worry, Andy Parsons will buy it off you.
With ABS, sat-nav and airbags, this may be the most advanced condom you ever buy.
How much did you say you earned for those direct line car insurance accidents? Well, people deserve to hear about this. Honk, 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 honk.
Dara O'Brien. We work, so he doesn't have to.
Cash for cash. Send us your cash in an envelope and we'll send it back, minus commission.
Every year, thousands of bears are captured, tortured and forced to dance in front of crowds of cheering people. Call 0845 now for ticket hotline.
Ash for cash. Put your cremated relatives in an envelope.
Got that bloated feeling? My uncle had that. He was dead in a week.
Smash for cash. Put in mashed potato in an envelope.
Don't just book it, Thomas cook it. Dignitas in Switzerland.
Why have we got barbecues at low, low prices? Because the summer's been shit and no one's bought them.
At the Dogs Trust, we never put down a healthy dog. But the minute one coughs, it's in the Thames.
Do you suffer from unsightly chest hair? Should have gone to Peck Shavers.
Lynx. Come on, virgins, wash your cocks.
Unlikely things to hear in a police station.
Here, Sarge, the microwave's broken again. Taser that meat pie for me, will you?
I know it's unlikely, but I don't suppose anybody has handed in Colonel Gaddafi, have they?
I noticed the burglar making his escape. At this moment, I cursed the police cutbacks and gave chase, shouting, Nina, Nina, Nina.
All units, be on the lookout for a purple Renault Clio. Registration number, Saffron Doily 22, Bongella Chrysanthemum. Hiya!
No, we didn't manage to evict many of them, Sarge, but the good news is I got some lucky heather.
No, I've not come to report a crime. It's just that I really missed the bill, so I thought I'd pop in for an hour.
Here, Sarge, pass us the art section out the Guardian, will you, mate?
Yes, I know how identity parade works. That's her! That's her! That's the woman I robbed.
Right, listen up. We've got a new man starting. He's half man, half horse. It's Inspector Morse.
Yes, our new 50-inch plasma screen TV. It is rather nice, isn't it? Well, if you can't beat them, eh?
I am charging you with the murder of Mrs. Thompson. That'll be £7.19, please.
Right, listen up. There's a giant fly attacking the station. I've called the SWAT team.
Thank God you've arrived, officer. Some bloke just jumped into the boot of my car and shot himself 14 times.
Yeah, we got the tox report back. Turns out they go straight after the ticks.
I was about to arrest her, so but to be honest, my bottle went because she shouted out, "I put a curse upon you!
Okay, the next topic is unlikely things to hear in a science documentary.
Having cloned Ian Wright, we now know that two Ian Wrights don't make an Ian wrong.
Erectile dysfunction. Physical problem? Or was the wife just let herself go a bit?
Well, this is incredible. This is a whole new species of miniature tiger. Oh, no, hang on, it's a cat.
Now, pay attention. Here comes the shampoo bit.
We discovered the source of the quark. It's the sound made by a posh duck.
This is a red dwarf. His name is Anthony Worrell Thompson.
Welcome to the sky at night. And if we look out, oh, hell, Croydon's on fire.
Despite getting a very bad press, biological weapons work at much lower temperatures than non-biological weapons.
Without penicillin, well, I'd still be cursing that day I went to Bangkok.
Tonight we look at the ginger community. Physical anomaly or God's cruel joke?
Ah, the Northern Lights. Oh, no, Manchester's on fire.
But will they find a cure in time? The last hope for mankind lies with scientists here at the Laboratoire Garnier.
Tonight on Show Me the Evidence, we look at the traveller community. Can they really put a curse on you?
And as the sperm swim towards the eggs, it's hard not to think that I've ruined this fried breakfast.
I'm never again going to have a fried breakfast.
Bad things to say in a job interview.
When I said I was a Yale student, I studied key cutting at Mr. Minute.
Why do we want this job? Don't tell him I have to.
No, I applaud your policy of positive discrimination, and that's why I blacked up.
Can I just check? This office is more than 50 metres from a school.
What do you mean, no experience? Being abducted by aliens isn't an experience, and I don't know what it is.
Well, yes, I would make the perfect train driver. I'm always late, and I break down really easily.
I think I'd make a very good diplomat. I'd like to live in Paris with all the other parasites.
What do I see myself doing in 5 years' time? Exactly the same, only on Dave.
Thank you for seeing me. I hope you don't mind if I stay sat down for a moment. I've got a little erection bubbling away.
No, emu, no, emu, no, no, no.
What can I bring to this job? How about the photocopier from my last office?
Yes, well, in spite of my lack of medical experience, I still think of gynecology as a calling.
What are my weaknesses? Fat birds.
OK, the next topic is unlikely things to hear on a consumer programme.
This week on Watchdog, another shower of gullible twats ask us to make sense of their piss-poor decision-making.
Welcome to Watchdog. Here's a dog.
But when he asked the cold callers for their identification, they shot Mr. Bin Laden with an AK-47.
I would like to complain about the boomerang I bought. I threw it, but it never came back.
This week, we investigate bikini waxing strips. Are they just a rip-off?
Tonight, we're investigating fencing and why I got tickets for that instead of the 100 metres final, which is what I wanted.
Many of you who have bought Death Stars have emailed us complaining about a security problem with one of the exhaust vents.
Although Austin the Butcher claims that his sausages are made of premium meat, we can reveal that's bollocks.
The cruise had a 1940s theme, and Tom and Vera were delighted until they were sunk by a U-boat in the North Atlantic.
I didn't ask for it, didn't order it, got it, even though I don't even want it, and it doesn't even work. We have some more views on the coalition after the break.
What was sold as a vibrator is clearly just a taser with a stale sausage attached to it.
But something was wrong with the car. The clock said 63,000 miles, while the mileometer said 3:15.
I would like to complain about the sushi restaurant at Gatwick Airport. There's nice big portions going round on the conveyor, but they do taste luggagey.
Dear Watchdog, I'm extremely pissed off with this product. I bought just for men, my wife used it, and now I am gay.
Identity theft is on the increase. I'm Dara O'Brien. We work, so he doesn't have to.
Unlikely instructions.
Please do not use this electrical appliance while you're in the bath. Actually, you know what? Go on. If you're that dumb, I think we can afford to lose you.
Nick Clegg Feng Shui. Move everything to the right for an easier life.
Hot noodle. For best results, put back on the shelf.
If pain persists, see a doctor. Just make sure it's not Michael Jackson's doctor.
To light gas, first place match near buttocks.
One of these condoms has got a hole in it. Are you feeling lucky, punk?
Dale Farm yoghurt. Contents may settle.
Please retain these assembly instructions in case you want to disassemble the furniture when you realise moving in with her wasn't the best move after all.
Instructions for sandwich toaster. Week 1, eat nothing but toasted sandwiches. Week 2, put in cupboard and never use again.
If unsure how to apply condom, take banana and beat erection with it till it goes away.
Enjoy your animal-shaped biscuits. Do not eat if seal is broken.
To reboot, pick up boots and put them on again.
Congratulations on your new bread maker. Ooh, I bet Kingsmill are quaking in their boots.
Game is over either when one player collects all cheeses or Daddy has a tantrum and kicks the board across the room.
Are your hands full, but you want to transfer 10 donuts?
OK. The next topic is unlikely things to hear in a restaurant.
Let's skip the pudding. You look like you've had enough already.
Wow, thanks for picking up the bill, Dara.
No, I'm sorry, we don't have snail porridge. No, this isn't owned by Heston Blumenthal. This is Heston Services.
How does crispy aromatic duck sound? Quack, quack. But that was before it was either crispy or aromatic.
Do I have a reservation? Well, I'm not sure about all these Polish people moving over here.
Table for two, please. But no food. I'm a woodworm.
This is a traditional Greek restaurant, so don't worry if you can't pay. The German government will cover it.
You'd like a Foster's? Hang on, I'll see if we've got any left. Barry, any Foster's left? Yeah, keg's nearly full, Jim.
Here's the tip. If you find the rest of the chef's penis, please let us know.
Have you been to a harvester before? I'm joking, no one comes twice.
It's nice to see the rugby players getting along with the dwarves.
Well, that's an unusual taste, isn't it? What is in this death by chocolate?
It's nice to see Zara and Mike getting along.
Yes, it is all-you-can-eat night, and that's why you can't come in, Mr. Pickles.
Oh, my God. There's a man's face in my soup and it looks just like me.
Excellent choice, sir. This lady is much fitter than your wife.
Rose for the lady. If you want to do something for the lady, why don't you fuck off?
OK, here we go. The first subject is Lines you wouldn't hear in a sci-fi movie.
Captain's Log, stardate 21:35. It's a Tuesday.
Actually, Jeremy Carl's just got the DNA results back. And apparently, Luke, I'm not your father.
Commander Skywalker, bad news. We left R2-D2 outside to stand guard, and the council took him away for emptying.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. I've seen attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I've seen...
There's a giant Satsuma in front of the ship. Go to orange alert.
First, there were snakes on the plane. Now the British remake, Wasp in a car.
You can't win, Darth. If you strike me down now, I shall become more powerful. Get off, you prick!
What is it, Captain? I've never seen anything like it in my life. Of course not, Scotty. It's the sun.
Since you have got your laser gun trained on me, I've got a bit of stubborn hair just here.
Permission to beam down to the Forbidden Planet. No.
I can see dead people. That's because I'm watching UK TV Gold.
Here are the sci-fi football results. R2-D2. C-3P, 0.
Look at all those fading, dwindling stars, forced to eat bugs in a jungle.
If you leave our protection, you will almost definitely die. Scotty, do you still want independence?
Luke, I am your father. Go to your room.
Captain, I don't like it when you call me Spock Face.
To boldly go where no man has gone before. Anne Widdecombe.
How many Klingons does it take to change a dilithium crystal? 10. 1 to change it, and the other 9 to chastise him for performing such a menial task when he's a member of a proud warrior race.
Anyone have the correct answer?
Yes. This is Donald Trump, and he's here for a NATO summit.
Absolutely right. Thank you very much. Cheers. Yes, this is US President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania. This is the news that the Trumps visited the UK this week for the 70th anniversary NATO summit held in London. Were you following the summit?
Oh, avidly.
Oh, I'm sure you were.
Everyone was only allowed 4 minutes to speak.
Yes.
Presumably
yeah.
they had a Mock the Week buzzer to...
They did. And then at the end, Nish Kumar came on and threw bread at it.
I probably had 3 hours at a hotel in Watford, didn't they? And I thought, if anything's going to make you reach for the nuclear button, it's going to be 3 hours in Watford. Staring out the window going, what are we even protecting? You know, the Harlequin shopping centre.
To be fair to Watford, the Harry Potter experience is quite close to Watford, but the only reason they didn't have it there is Boris was worried he'd be mistaken for a fat Malfoy.
I once had to walk from Watford, from the train station to the theatre where you do your show there in Watford, and I wrote down 5 different nightclub names because they were all amazing. Watford has, I can't remember all of them, but I remember the one called Prism. With a Y, P-R-Y. Full Scrabble scores huge on Prism.
Can we all go up,
Watford there.
Anna, no, I don't like it that much.
The amazing thing is that they had it at Watford, this, like, golf resort hotel, which is just it's so incongruent. That's, like, one posh thing and one shit thing. You might as well have done it at Monte Carlo Leisure Centre.
It's mad to have it at a golf hotel with Trump there. He's going to be so easily distracted.
It has to be.
With golf right in front of him. It's like trying to have a meeting with David Cameron at a hog roast.
But they've got to have it in Watford. Try getting a table for 29 in London this near Christmas. You got no chance. You have to go to Wagamama's at 9 a.m.
Why are we hosting this? Like, we're falling apart. We're having a general election.
Yeah.
It's nearly Brexit. The royal family's gone off the rails. Why are we hosting? It's like going to someone's house for Christmas. It's kind of boring. She's just... Her husband's left her. The boiler's packed up. She won't stop crying. Let's go round there for lunch.
How did tensions affect the schedule for the summit?
Macron said that NATO was brain dead. Yeah. Right, and then the Turkish president said, actually, no, it is you who is brain dead. So I'm mad that these are, like, the biggest leaders in the world. And the argument is still, I know you are, but what am I? We are 2 steps away from the Turkish president going, look, we're all being a bit immature. I think the way to solve this is dickhead says what?
The first subject is education. Who wants to go on that? Ramesh.
Well, as a vegan, I wanted to supplement my son's education, so I'm helping him to learn to read. That's one of the things that I'm doing, and helping your child to read is one of the most magical and rewarding things that you can do as a parent on day one. After that, it's one of the most frustrating, annoying, I'd rather punch myself in the face repeatedly than ever do this again activity that you can ever do. And let me tell you why. They do not care about making sense. Right? They'll just read all the easy words. When they get to one they don't know, instead of trying, they'll just look at the picture and just throw something random into the sentence without any regard for what effect that has on what they're saying. And I'm supposed to not get angry. I'm supposed to not get angry when my son goes, Jack went strawberry? How could that be what it said? How could it be Jack went strawberry? What are you talking about? What would that even look like? How could that be what it said? Tell me. I'll tell you what, you think that's what it said, you go strawberry now. Go on. No, go strawberry. That's what you think it said. Stop crying, go strawberry. Go strawberry. Why didn't you do it? Go kiwi then, I don't give a shit. You're not doing it, are you? I'll tell you why not, because it doesn't make any bloody sense. My wife thinks I'm overreacting.
Thank you very much, Robert. Middle-class people don't want to self-identify as middle class. They, middle class want to be, because it's more authentic. Where it's, middle class is such a bland state of affairs.
It's not bland, is it? Have you tasted some of their food? What kind of flavours going on in there? And it's not bland being middle class.
Have you mistaken middle class for Indian?
The naan's incredible. We call them nans. We was in Birmingham the other week doing a gig and you had cream on top of your goulash.
No, listen.
Hey.
Hang on, why are you eating goulash? Goulash is... it's meat in goulash.
I'm not that much of an idiot. It was vegetable goulash. Can I have a beef goulash, but hold the beef? Rob and I had an argument, a discussion about the fact that I thought it had combined so much with the goulash that it rendered the situation untenable. But Rob said, "You could have scooped that out, mate. I don't know what's wrong with you." And Scott's going, "He's not vegan. He's eating cream over here. I can't believe it. I haven't even heard of it in Lewisham." Oh, we're such great mates.
It's a natural banter, which is why we put 5 people in between the two of you. The first subject is education. Who wants to come in that? Ramesh.
I used to be a teacher, actually. I was a maths teacher. I wasn't a very good one. But as I found out, it doesn't actually matter. can get away with it for quite a while. But the problem is... Your Ofsted come in, you've got an Ofsted inspector in the back of your class, I've got to make sure I'm doing my job properly. Yeah? Got learning outcomes up on the board, Pythagoras and trigonometry flying all over the shop, knocking it out the park. Kid in the front row's got a question, I'm straight in there. Yes, Timothy? How can I help you? And then he'd go, why are you being weird? Right. So then I've got to convey to Timothy, without the inspector realising, that I am going to bloody end him, right? Because of political correctness, all textbooks have got to be multicultural nowadays, which means that every single question in every single maths book has got to have a white kid and a black kid in it. Or a white kid and an Asian kid in it. Now, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't have wanted to hang out with a kid of another colour. If every time I met up with him, you wanted to do bloody maths. I don't know... The questions you get in these textbooks are amazing. You get questions like, Philip thinks that the answer is 8. Dilip thinks that the answer is 10. Which one is correct? And then a kid would put his hand up and he'd say, I think Dilip's correct. And I'd say, why? And he'd say, oh, because Asian kids are bods, aren't they? We had uniform at the school. I agree with uniform. The problem is they're very strict about it. We had a sixth form. Talking to sixth form lads about what they're wearing, absolutely not a problem. Got no issue with that. Talking to sixth form girls about what they're wearing, something I felt a lot less comfortable about. But what I actually found was if I just looked at them for long enough, they soon covered themselves up. I've actually just started pretending I'm Costa Rican. I will switch to whatever I need to, you know. In the cricket, I'm very Sri Lankan at the moment. During the Ashes, I pretended I was Aborigine. Like, I don't care. I will go wherever the results take me. He's basically made it fun for the Tories, because they could say anything they want. He's unelectable, so you can do whatever the hell you want, do you know what I mean? Like, we're going to kill everyone. Yeah, but I'd rather that than vote Ed Miliband. There continues to be heavy shelling here. Ramesh Ranganathan at the peanut factory. Is it what the minimum prison sentence should be for anybody that takes their shirt off in the summer? I find it unacceptable. I remember, like, when it used to be hot days, my dad would open up the curtains first thing in the morning and say, the white people are going to get naked today.
The first subject is going out. Who wants to come out? Ramesh.
I don't like going out. Don't like going out because I don't look as good as I used to, and I worry about it. I've put on weight, and I think, oh, I don't look all right. And then I think, hold on a minute, I'm married. I don't need to look good. I just need to look better than the prospect of single parenting. And I think I've got that in the tank, you know what I mean? I went out a while ago, and I was out with my friends. We're all in our 30s. We look like awful tribute acts of us in our 20s, and... There's guys there, they're in their 20s, looking ripped and amazing, and I'm thinking, are they going to make us feel bad? Are they going to make us feel awkward? Are they going to make us feel like we're stepping on their turf? And the truth is, they ignore us. Of course they do. Why would they care? See a pride of lions hunting gazelle, they're not going to give a shit when a three-legged hyena rocks up, are they? Comes to the end of the night, this absolutely gorgeous girl walks up to me, does not break eye contact for a second. I said, hello, this is happening. Can phone my wife, tell her I've still got it. The girl walks up to me, says to me, no word of a lie, taxi for Rachel. Just this morning, we confiscated a bag of cannabis, and now we're asking all students to come forward if they've got Pringles. Have you had an accident that wasn't your fault and has ruined your life? Next time, use Durex.
The topic is animals.
I'm into animal rights, actually. I recently watched this film, Blackfish, which is about this killer whale that ate 2 of the trainers at SeaWorld, killed 2 of the members of staff at SeaWorld. And it's an interesting film, but I do have some issues with it. You know, one of the things they say in the film is we call them orcas. Some people call them killer whales, but these are beautiful, beautiful orcas. We call them orcas. This one killed 2 people. Right? That's a killer whale, right? He lost the right to be called orca when he slaughtered 2 people, yeah? And people are surprised by what happened. People are surprised by what happened. They say, oh, my God, I can't believe what's happened at SeaWorld. I can't believe that one of the killer whales tried to eat one of the trainers. Listen, that's not a surprise. I'm a vegan, right? If you make me dance with a sausage on my nose for long enough, eventually I will try the bloody sausage, right? I don't think that's a surprise. And the film is presenting obvious stuff. I was talking to an intelligent person about Blackfish. He said to me, I can't believe what's going on at SeaWorld. It's disgusting. I can't believe they kidnapped them from the wild. How else did you think that they got them? Did you think there was some sort of recruitment drive? And the thing is, you know, is they want to set this whale free. They want to set Tilikum free because he killed 2 people. Because he killed 2 people, they want to set him free. I mean, that's the opposite of crime and punishment, isn't it? I mean, people say because he lives in such horrible conditions. Listen, people live in horrible conditions. We don't let them off for doing stuff. You don't say, oh, Derek here killed 6 people. We can't do anything about it because he lives in Hastings. I understand that because, like, if the cows farting is causing the problem, then surely eating them is the solution. I mean...
And the topic is parenting.
I'm a parent. You know, we had our first child, and our first child is such a lovely kid. You know, he always says please and thank you. He's such a wonderful, wonderful little boy. I said to my wife, do you know what? I think we might have mastered parenting. I think it's just about setting clear boundaries and being consistent. The second one, feral. Right. Like, I love him, but what a prick this kid is. Like, I love him, but what an unacceptable human being. Like, I love him, but I don't like him. You know, that's... Like, I'm going to have to say to him one day, you're a mistake. And not, like, in the way that the contraception went wrong. Like, the decision to have you was a mistake. Sometimes I want him to get hurt. There you go, I said it. Now, listen. I don't mean really hurt. I don't mean really hurt, I just mean a little bit. You know, because he doesn't listen, this kid. When I say to him, don't do that, dude, because if you do that, you're going to get hurt. And then he does it, and he doesn't get hurt. That pisses me off, right? Because that is life telling him that I'm full of shit. This kid's running with scissors with no consequences. Do you know what I mean? I do think it is a weird strategy, because what you're saying is we're going to make it OK for you to park by a broken meter. So, you know, a solution seems to be fix the meters. Do you know what I mean? Rather than make it OK to park next to broken ones. It's like saying, well, you know, all the trains are late and we know they never arrive, you know, when they're supposed to. So what we've decided to do to tackle the problem, we've decided to abandon the concept of time. So nobody's ever going to be late for anything. We plan to replace the glass ceiling for women with something much easier to clean. Nick Clegg finally thinks he's stepping up to the plate, like Cameron's on the phone. Listen, my phone reception is a nightmare. We've got an important situation. Nick, I need you to step up. I need you to do the right thing. Can you get in touch with Vodafone and get this sorted out? Russell Crowe stars as Bob Marley. The accent's so offensive you won't even care that he blacked up. As I report from my 6th day here in war-torn Syria, I think the lesson learned is that I should never have called my producer a wanker. A UKIP film presentation, 101 Damn Asians. Newark is actually an anagram of Nigel Farage's nickname.
What? Cron? I love the way that they clapped at different times, just depending on how quickly they got it.
There is an element of chase going on there. Come on. Well, I'm really sad to be leaving you as your maths teacher, I've got no idea why I've been made redundant, because I've always felt that I've given 110%. I think, you know, actually we should be talking about immigration now, because it's a good thing that he's put it on the table, because, you know, a lot of Europeans are coming into the country and taking jobs that my parents worked so hard to steal in the 70s. It's actually a very exciting game they play, where they just sit there for hours and see which one tries to rehydrate themselves first. Because when... I mean, again, speaking as a vegan, but my problem with it is... Are you a vegan? Listen, get on board, all right? Jesus. You guys disgust me. Yes. You cheese and meat-eating pricks.
Anyway, please, every part of the show, preface every topic we do with, as a vegan.
My point is, Dara, if I may...
A pizza!
Oh, mate, I'll tell you what, pizza, nightmare, right?
Of course, you've missed the main ingredient.
I love pizza, ordered a pizza, right, with no cheese, right? No cheese.
Yeah.
What I didn't realise is not only does cheese add flavour, it also has an adhesive quality. What I got was a box of bread with some vegetables in the corner of the box. So... The public have spoken, and they said that I'm a knob.
We're not interested, we're not engaged. I think they should combine the election of the leader of the European Commission with the Eurovision Song Contest. So,
How is combining two things that we're not interested in going to make it more interesting? The issue that I have is that, you know, UKIP sort of attracting votes from sort of the elderly. You know, that this is sort of who are increasingly supporting them. And the thing is that you get worried because you think, well, I've sort of had more racist experiences from elderly people, and you can sort of understand how this comes about. But I actually think that elderly people should just be allowed to be racist, because, like, they've got enough shit going on in their lives, like, without having to re-educate themselves. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've pissed myself, I've got 2 false hips, and now I can't say darky. Like, it's... I'm quite happy to make him feel comfortable, bump into an elderly person, just give him the old wobble head to make him feel all right.
This game involves Matt and James, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launched a wheel of news, and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. The first subject is... interviews. Who wants to come in that?
OK.
Matt.
Go for that. It's fascinating watching different politicians and how they deal with interviews. Ed Miliband, when he gets asked a question he doesn't like, will just have this amazing technique where he'll just ask himself a new question and answer that instead. And it really works. He got asked before the election by Nick Robinson. Mr Miliband, you've said you've set a new mansion tax. If you become Prime Minister, but you won't yet tell us at what rate you would set it. And Miliband just went, look, Nick, if you're asking me, have I got a plan for the housing market, then the answer's yes. It's amazing. Farage is one of the best ones at it, because no matter what you ask him, he'll get a political answer in some way. You could say, Nigel, what you had for breakfast, mate? And he'd go, tea, toast and the Telegraph, great British breakfast. He always manages to get his messages across. Boris Johnson is fascinating because he just loves avoiding questions, and he uses a twin-track approach of flattery and Latin. And this genuinely works. If he was here now, you could say, Boris, come on, just admit it. You want to be Prime Minister. And he'd go, oh, no, let me just say, great to be here amongst such great learned people on this crucible of culture. Reminds me very much of a phrase my father used to use, divitas, divitum, rectum.
Well done, Matt. Very good. OK, so James is left. Let's see what he's been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is Britain.
I wish I was Mexican. Love everything about... I love Mexican food. My favourite place to eat is a Mexican restaurant called Oaxaca. All you need to know about Oaxaca, everyone steals their spoons. So much so that every January, Oaxaca have a spoon amnesty on. You bring back one of the stolen spoons, and then they reward you with 3 tacos. Genius. Not only do they get their spoons back, they also get to watch while the thieves eat tacos, which I imagine have been interfered with beyond belief. Love Mexican food, love Mexican music. Mariachi music, best music in the world. Top 3 mariachi songs. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3, nothing, because there are no other mariachi songs. Ever been to a mariachi nightclub? It's full of people just going up to the DJ like, hey man, have you got yeah, I'll play it next. How about open your ears, I'm playing it right now. To request that song during the next one. Growing up in school, I was the only kid in my whole school who liked mariachi music. It was a nightmare. I couldn't walk down the corridor without some knob knocking my sombrero off my head. Stepping on the back of my poncho on the way in a maths class. Once, a kid wrote Chimichanga Bumboy across my forehead while I was having my post-lunch siesta. He also drew a moustache on my face, but to be fair, that played into my hands.
Bravo, very good. It's close, but for sticking to the topic, James Acaster gets the points. Well done to both of you. Come on back. OK, here we go. In the week in which the government called for stricter driving tests, things you wouldn't hear on a driving test.
When I slap the dashboard with my forehead, I'd like you to crawl out of the wreckage and fetch help.
OK, when I give you the signal, I want you to wind the window down and call the cyclist a wanker.
Right, when I say go, foot down, straight through the jewellers, get where you can.
You made one mistake, sir. A Pine air freshener doesn't cover up the smell of a dead hitchhiker.
Well, if she doesn't get up, you've definitely failed.
Well, at least we know the airbags work.
When there's nobody else on a motorway, you should always drive in the middle lane, just in case you fall asleep, you've got a bit longer.
If I fail, can I still keep driving my taxi?
Me in a car. Can't believe it.
On my signal, I'd like you to mount the pavement and kill my ex-wife.